Obody are down, man. But you know,
oh, Nyamiadum say on the club football basia. Anna BBI come on.
Where you show the club football about when
oh yeah.
You are happy that club football is back?
Sure.
You are very sure.
More than happy.
Okay, you are more than happy.
Yeah, more than happy because on the basia the neck pressing officially is activated.
Oh, neck pressing.
You be Yanko Fubi.
How many be me? I want to be me. Okay, won't have me.
Yeah, ground sweat and sweaty.
My ground sweat.
Yeah.
Now the bone here, you can root me Tragana, your ground sweat.
Why the catchers and no preaches? I just walk on and okay.
I'll preach them where the guitar preaches.
Aye, garbage ram Gabi the foreigner. At your friend Chakro, dear Quaman in Aman in Comono. In the weekend in a weekend of football. Every room na ye the sound community na our aye show no so to join your life. Our YouTube in chat TV. Oba said there be amoya no subscribe mamia. Na odo message na ka ho. Ya Quaman in yaba, ya ba messages out of the aba na be kan na no. Adi efro but enye ntintem se na be ya betumi aka do na no. Adi amamo yenim se asanteman so yegusu a dotiye no eye asantehima onya ne ba bi ekoye nana kunadu yadom efi eye enra ade eba ne nyina no eye ade a asanteman enye asamketo akra ya to eye abesono nti yeguso nyina ne yekono yede ehonsam ade ebebramo nti ehonsam no eno no 937 na sada na me kana weekend of football from the Premier League, La Liga, ne hunsem na no. Ati for yebeka wasem ewo dwumadi no so. Na the big fish on this weekend. Obviously na eye EPL no Manchester United and eye Manchester City. The Manchester Derby eba so. Na game no corner we no na Man City etwa Manchester United e come yenso mo ntimi anti. We nchi na nyi news bia Pep Guardiola. O se Manchester team we ya ni news ani de ya. Amount for my assume enko adidie answer and social not young for us a kamiensa omo entimi anti Brentford any Chelsea yanum world champions of no depleted air Brentford omo entimi ashomo and so mu yanum bu hriye enti ahonsam so ne yebeka of course Burnley so tifie ma Liverpool kotwa meka ba ko a omo entimi anti any other scorelines they told you na no garbage chama see or the sound community na no be dan Real Sociedad in the La Liga omotifie Real Madrid kotwa meka mi no omote kano ba ko Barca share 6 Valencia timi ante kano ba ko kra of course Real no so the big game na Juve any Inter honso no Juve shamiensa ama Inter ete kano miensa sa game no so no na very very chaotic and so yebeka wasam still na Bayern eguso she almost 5-0 Editia team from say hamburger AFV and so won some ha yebeka ni na awo show no so any other stories no every free amonia banana pay na yebefia of course discusses ni na no ebeye the Ghana Premier League week 1 games they told that of course you say has a folk nan wonder amane ho United game no obia entimi anchebi Brekum Chelsea 15 years home invincibility no. He said the commercials no kako break it down record. 15 years no kotoko ntimi ko share ho. And now under the kotoko true abetamwa. Omo ko share 1-0 aditia Brekum Chelsea. Omo ntimi anti nation share, Gold Stars share, Lions share. Any the other game din na yakoba. Na ya be this an komono awo aye show no so. Kind to say kotoko win no in fact ani age. Na abema Africa no mo kono bibia ntimi akoye against Kara United of Nigeria. And so some hani nano. Ati for young comra na yemfa san community nano. Emfa emremo Monday edition of Nhyira. The guitar passport is airborne. Good morning. Yeah, live on YouTube Nhyira TV. Oba na or subscribe. Garbage rum. Ati for the ko amanene.
Bema
Bamiambe show. Bamiambe.
We are the digital.
We are the digital. No more the virtual operations. Football matches. Yo. Yeah, they are.
That's going to be a virtual meeting.
We have virtual.
Tifie now you meet is near there.
Okay.
And
one also
grounds is fertile.
Grounds ne ye.
Yeah.
Moko grounds mo say
so far. The Google can be
okay.
Everything is fine.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Nah. 10-6. And started Jumedi with a preview of the games about this weekend. Maybe out there shall say free.
Oh. Yeah, we shall see obviously from the English Premier League, and then we'll go through almost all of the games now. I say manager of the month, no, Abba, player of the month, Zine, all of those things we'll talk about. Now, obviously, we are Kofi Kesim. International media, listen with your attention. You indeed come on. We have very, very good preview analysis for you. Which English Premier League no okoe. We have seen that we have Liverpool on top of the English Premier League table, only unbeaten. Arsenal and Chelsea see unbeaten. Those are the two teams as it stands now. I'm not unbeaten. Of course, Crystal Palace unbeaten. 3 teams. Before that, there was Arsenal who was also unbeaten on against our English Premier League. And I say English Premier League this season, you have a lot of goals, and it's going to be more interesting. It's a very reminiscent starting analysis. Anna Slots and the manager of the month. I think it's deserved. For 3 games, now about all the 3 games, you deserve to be the player, the manager of the month. And now Premier League for the award. I think they're the backless manager of the month of August. I call my Liverpool coach, a friend Anna Slots. And for me, since Anna about Liverpool, he has proven beyond doubt the quality that he possesses as a manager on all fronts. Every time the Abesha Anna team, you see the quality and how he wants to play. And one of the things I've said several times to Anna Slots, they say he doesn't care. So obey give you certain things away or match his team just to get the ultimate. So no one Abesha the train or show 4 crampona. Anna Slots doesn't care about it, and that's exactly what our brand friend Anna Slots. The player of the month of August, no, echo my brand friend is Jack Grealish. Rich, what a story!
Before I'm about Jack Grealish, I think Anna is celebrating here. Also, Papa ni beji adwuma no. Adwuma na so jogging club adwuma.
Yeah.
Shoes now no than in Ibishemi was too big.
Yeah.
And Oba no watch say adwuma no nim.
Yeah.
He knows his job.
Yeah.
So Oba so who say Papa ni nim na adwuma. The changes how I see effective changes. And the kind of result that the Liverpool team no. Okomane Newcastle. A certain Ron Gomoa. Young boy. Now game at that time, I think it was 2-2. Yeah, but point game, no. Then I say, young boy, sorry. Konokobo game ni be man or buy na no. Or be man Liverpool 3-2.
Yeah.
Quality coach.
Yeah. And Slot is good for me. Because say several times say one of my first metrics I made share how good a coach is send you to me explaining ninsema okano because nipa bi won ma tactics no words na so chamo. But Otimi breaking it down to the layman's perspective. ABA 4-4-2 number, but Utiena, he's so clear in his thoughts. Clarity of thought for me is the first indicator of people who know exactly what they're about. And Anna's thought has shown that he's a quality manager. The results are there for everybody to see. Jack Grealish also, player of the month of August. Nice story. Jack wo niaba oye autistic. Na according to Jack Grealish, most of the salary that he makes goes to Niabano. Unya feedback or most of the story game of the salary, it goes into the taking care of Niabano because he's autistic or a special need patient. Which it's about Niniano. And when that Man City ever clear say he didn't have a future there, no, he knew that he had to move on. Rich Everton for Nigeria. Just one day to Jack Grealish's 30th birthday, when you're the best player of the month of August. And Rich, since Jack Grealish Bobo, we're the very first time, branch your friend Jack Grealish, and you're the player of the month since he started playing the English Premier League. And that is very, very good for branch your friend Jack Grealish. According now Manchester City, near Aston Villa, it's at Everton. and he has been very, very instrumental to team and friend Everton since he came on my assist. In fact, almost a whole year without an assist. He gave an assist for in the first 3 games for team and friend of Everton, and he was very influential for them. Maybe that is why Branch friend is Joao Pedro Anthony Nyasa best player of the month of August. I disagree a little. I think say should have been a Branch friend Joao Pedro, but of course the technical committee and the voting pack on GDC Jack Grealish, and that is fine. A Branch friend Dominico Szoboszlai, undoubted the goal of the month of August. No, yes, a free kick no boy against Arsenal for no, and Utie Dominico. Me kai say Abana Dominico every German Bundesliga nimu aba English Premier League. One of the things I said was that Liverpool are going to see a player with a lot of thunderbolts. See a ball striking. Only a few are better than a Branch friend Dominico Szoboszlai. Now his father is a coach or Hungary, only Hungarian for. Now I say ni papa no as a young boy. Now also ni papa training a lot of footballers. No, one of the things he saw was that he said. Liverpool was so emphatic on ball striking. The art of how popo no in chemu, baby had the ball to club bono. And Dominico Baeno, people have seen the number of goals he has scored as thunderbolts, and also that free kick was against team and friend Arsenal. There was that story again after the game, in the game against Arsenal. No say, our brother Trent Alexander-Arnold on no free kicks. And now that Trent wasn't there in that game, you could see in the footage, Branch friend of Cody Gakpo, most of those Liverpool players were edging him on, and the goals are going to come. Which immediately he went behind that one. He scored an excellent goal for team my friend Liverpool and has been very, very instrumental. This weekend, the games are returning with a big one this morning. Just a couple of 1 hour or so or less from now. Arsenal let's nephew actually team my friend in Nottingham Forest, which is the early kickoff case going to worry Arsenal against a Nottingham Forest team with a new manager bouncer in a branch friend Ange Postecoglou. But
Premier League now, fixtures no go vi.
Almost a show.
Adi moment we
almost actually.
Me and shows almost scripted. Scripted.
I don't agree with you.
No. Show. Ya international break up. Ya ko buy na the first game I hear bo.
Yeah.
Arsenal ended last season stubborn side.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest neighbor.
Yeah.
Then you bring a Manchester derby in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Where like yes, so that Premier League no po.
Yeah.
You would love to watch it.
Sure. Which I think that sometimes it happens coincidentally.
I don't think I'm sure it's a coincidence.
So how did they script this? Ange. No,
but
but when who can so crazy? We wouldn't have known at this point in time they are going to start.
I'm not looking at Ange Postecoglou Okuta.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
And I mean Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the fixture.
Exactly what
Arsenal Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
Maybe coach is Nimpo.
Yeah. But Arsenal Nottingham Forest, normal it could have been Arsenal Everton. A normal fixture. And two teams that buy a ball for the rich. A big game. Are you thinking that the new manager bounce now? Every team the indicator for the big issue of Abranti friend Ange Postecoglou going away with Arsenal now?
The new manager bounce in the Belgium. A work.
But Rich, Nottingham Forest team make it on. Is it fit for Ange Postecoglou born or person born? Because you need Ange or you're more expansive. You be a born him and invert fullback from the left and right and make sure say or be born in a more expansive way of play. Whilst we know say Arsenal home record no is one of the best that you play against in the league. Rich, so only you don't expect to win that game. So I think that it's a very, very big game for Ange Postecoglou coming at home to come and play against team and friend Arsenal Football Club, because when you stay at home to go to the Etihad Emirates, not Arsenal Koba, ending. Rich, Arsenal showing you a fair share of injuries. Plus, then you come and sit here. Kai Havertz down. Abrantia, your friend, Bukayo Saka out. My brother friend William Saliba say out of the team. But in that Bukayo Saka area, it gives a huge advantage to Abrantia friend Noni Madueke. But say after international break, na gari never work. I say after the who say Noni Madueke in born. Now, occur England, now occur no Arsenal. No, who said Noni Madueke ball kama pa our hodom. I don't think anything has changed. He has always been a quality player, and of course at Arsenal, in the absence of Bukayo Saka, I think Noni Madueke is going to step up. This is a game where I'm very certain that there will be goals and over 1.5 will come. I know Arsenal at home, they're a very good team, and waiting to seek out Tomochi, at least a double chance. I think that the Nottingham Forest team is not suited to Ange Paul just yet. Into a set back. No, I trust the game now is very difficult for Arsenal for no. It's an early kickoff, so you can decide to take it off. Most of the quotes I'm remember on Arsenal because of the early kickoff case that I don't want to be. But of course, an over 1.5 can be good in that game. Which the next game at 3 p.m. After that, even 3 p.m. games be brave. Then the Chelsea games comes in. Bournemouth and Brighton and Hove Albion at the Vitality Stadium.
Goals.
From both sides.
Yes.
When I looked at the data, these two teams, all the times of my sharing down, a winning side in Penation.
But Brighton born on board, I think this
so you see, thoughts now, me who fiction, which is okay, this should be goals. Especially most teams to score should be yes. But make sure on my data just to see if I was on the right side or not. So that's what we're saying. Again, I think that on over 1.5 should be good in this one. It's Andoni Areola staying at home to play against Fabian Hasler. Two of the best young managers in the English Premier League. Everybody is back for Fabian Hasler. It's a good team. Or Manchester City just before the break. So they're on a very, very good side. Very open, expansive, attacking style of play from both teams. Also for Brentford and Andoni Areola with everybody back in the team. Antoine Semenyo traveled right after the Mali game. No, there is a Brentford Evan Nelson back in the team. So the team is solid and they'll be able to go off to go and deliver our game, our English Premier League game for team your friend Bournemouth. I think also that are going to be goals. Crystal Palace stay at home to play against Sunderland. Sunderland coach Romo nominated as coach of the month maybe. I think in 3 games, but they've won about 2 of them. They've been very good. They've played against I think Wolverhampton Wanderers, and then one of those teams with Dango Ouattara, Brentford, how many Brentford Swabo. So it's a very, very good team. From the championship, the investment that they've done, 200 million plus investment, bringing players, to say Granit Xhaka into the team. Before Mwankasa, Brent here, your friend Edingra, also from Brighton and Hove Albion, into the team. But going away to Crystal Palace, I think Oliver Glasner has a solid base in the middle of the park, especially also in attack with our 3 back now. It's going to be difficult for team friend Sunderland, and of course I'm tilting say team friend Crystal Palace will get something out of this one. Everton ex-Nephi against team friend Aston Villa. David Moyes has been good, I think that the level me middle table teams, no West Ham, Everton. He tends to do very well there, and Unai Emery and the Aston Villa team are struggling in the opening time of the season. Oman losing certain players. Marco Asensio have not come back. They've now extended the contract of Emiliano Martinez. Almost small issues be in attack and in defense, and they are still struggling. Almost they are Brentford and Jadon Sancho back, so you're hoping say Jadon can go on and then give them that attacking bites, no. But apart from that, it's the still same old crop with some other players from with team in him. Almost go away to Everton. Everton on fire. Everton double chance with you.
That's all Villa for me.
I
think almost started my show too much is also.
Those crowd are struggling to score. Okay. Next game is going to be the Fulham versus Leeds United. Also our London, our Craven Cottage. It's a game where I think also will come with a lot of goals. Daniel Farke team Leeds have been good since they came in the English Premier League, and they are playing against a very, very good manager in Marco Silva. Stubborn, especially at home. They'll make the game more difficult for Leeds United. So I'm going to be on the fringes. So this is a game that they are going to be at least an over 0.5 or some match. Newcastle against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Wolves are struggling under Jose Pereira, and then Newcastle are playing at home. They've gotten Yohan Wissa. They've gotten Nick Woltemade from Stuttgart. So it's a very good team with new attackers who can go and play. In the first few games, you share Newcastle, you can say, the absence of a striker is affecting the Newcastle United team. Now they seem to have sorted that problem in adding quality in attack and Nick Woltemade and a branch friend Yohan Wissa. The player who shared the most non-penalty goals last season in the English Premier League, and a branch friend Yohan Wissa. This week, Osasu Shegu in the home country, the DRC in the World Cup qualifiers team, I think Newcastle look like they are going to win this one West Ham United, Graham Potter is under a lot of pressure. Now, although against Tottenham Hotspur, Mohamed Kudus is going back to the London Olympic Stadium. Rich, this is a game that I expect I do another over 1.5, ever 200. Then and in May, there's going to be a blockbuster at the G-Kek Community Stadium. Rich, Chelsea at Tinefi Elko away to Brentford in a series of 4 away games straight. Chelsea are going to be on the road. Brentford is in London as well. I think it's a suburb of the place. And Chelsea for an call on them, so it's not too far a journey to make. Then the next one on the 17th of September, Chelsea go away to the Allianz Arena to go and play against team a friend Bayern Munich. Then of course, Omunyaba back to England. They go straight to Manchester to go and play against team my friend Manchester United on the 10th of September. Then Lincoln City in the final one also. Chelsea go and play against them also away from home. Which and what's the story? Say, the Athletic were reporting say just before the Club World Cup never started. Chelsea ni Mohamed Kudus agree personal terms.
Where they feature me, Mammy fa breaking news with them. Or that's Rana, Ebo on game no time. I like kick off no. And as na first 11 number. As usual, I imposed David Raya on the go post in Timba Masquera, Gabriel Calafiori, Moreno, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Madueke, Exe, starting game no. Exe, starting game no. Edna Victor Gokaris, Omonim Ranti Duba, come starting game no. So Asana, Raya, Timba, Mosquera, Gabriel, Magaes, Calafiori, Marino, Zubimendi, Odegaard, Madueke, Eze, and then Gokaris. I'm going to start a game in Yama Arsenal. Until Arsenal first 11.
That was expected. And what Arsenal did here, we have to see Nottingham Forest. Okay. Definitely. I mean, I think that was what I was expecting. This starting a lineup. McCann several times. Unless people who were looking at Noni Madueke with the lens of was a Chelsea attacker. He's a quality winger. Whether you like it or not, everything points to it. And in a game like this, even if Bukayo Saka was present, Noni probably would have started on the left in all of these ones. It means that now Eze is on the left, Noni Madueke on the right. There is Martin Odegaard as the number 10. Then the 2 central midfielders as Mikel Merino and our branch friend Declan Rice. In the absence of our branch friend William Saliba, there's Christian Mosquera right there with our branch friend Gabriel Magalhaes right. And a very interesting setup for Arsenal for the and we'll see how it's going to go. Wait, let me catch up. Say Chelsea Fono agreed personal terms with our branch friend Mohamed Kudus just before the Club World Cup. Now, Nanyaka the club-to-club agreement. Apparently, when Chelsea Fono are approaching West Ham United, some pay Mohamed Kudus, each catch on West Ham 40 million plus Kenyan Drisby Hall. West Ham was a massa.
Nottingham Forest, dear no. South as usual. Also that go pushing Williams, Murato, Monero, Sangari, Hudson Odoi, Anderson, Gibbs White, Wood, Indoi, and Milenkovic.
So the centre back
first 11.
Yeah, the centre back is going to be Milenkovic and then Murillo.
Sure.
Then Marcels is going to be imposed. In the middle, we're expecting Morgan Gibbs White more. Then Chris Wood lead the lines with Amabranti friend of Callum Hudson-Odoi on the flanks. This is a very strong team. Like I said, I expect that they will sit off team a friend Arsenal and then try to catch them off with the pace of Amabranti, your friend of Callum Hudson-Odoi in those channels. It's going to be a tight one because how will Noni Madueke move? Especially in that area, Arsenal wingers move. We call Manima. The 1v1 that to create with Callum. One of the good players also 1v1 or Premier and our branch friend Callum Hudson-Odoi. I mean, in just a couple of minutes, we'll be in for an exciting game. After Mohamed Kudus in 7 yesterday, Chelsea announced someone signing a branch friend Emmanuel Emega. Like not a branch friend Andy Eka 7. I'll get time and I'll tell you about Emega. In Conforto, he said, oh yeah, a replacement of Nicolas Jackson. He's a different striker than Nicolas Jackson. At least, as with respect to the data, he's much more of a box center forward than him. Chelsea only believes in the long term, Delap, Joao Pedro, and Emmanuel Emega are the people. Almost who say a lot of English Premier League clubs, any clubs in Europe, I started somebody a branch friend Emmanuel Emega didn't come on. So they spoke to him, say, okay, who Strasbourg? Now you perceive about Chelsea, you promote to him, then you can play at a higher level. But this season, he's going to be with team my friend Strasbourg because just an agreement before time. Next season, and I'll join Chelsea for now to the big one, and then really big. I mean, I now go away from home at Brentford, no, and I'm saying, oh, my money, my heading. Rich, I think Enzo Maresca has proven that when it comes to games like this, he knows how to manage it. And when I make catch-all, so the BBC titles this as the battle of the set-piece gurus between Bernardo Cueva, who is Chelsea's set-piece manager, and Abrantia, your friend Keith Andrews, who was the former set-piece manager and now the senior coach of team my friend at Brentford. So it's always going to be about the nitty-gritties of the game. Last season, under Keith Andrews, Brentford conceded just 4 goals in the Prem. Whilst this season, Bernardo Cueva has managed to get Chelsea to score 5 out of 7 or 3 games from Abono. So it means that there is a lot of quality in it. In fact, Mebeka has said in the Club World Cup that every game at Chelsea boy in the Club World Cup, they play their corner kick shots just so they could have a lot of movement. Now in the English Premier League, on the first 2 games, Naomi said they use Marco Correa as a decoy in the first post to flick for a second ball in the 16-yard box. After that, 6 teams start to win. Now they are using that as a much more decoy and attack the central areas. So Bernardo Cueva is doing some good work. Chelsea game now away at team friend Brentford. Which I know I'm expecting that. And then Maresca say the players now a free international window now banner. The good news is that Kopama is back. I don't expect Kopama to start this game. Who's the Chelsea double buying on Tuesday, right? It's the Uber Brentford away. Kopama has some.
So yeah, the update on the banner. What the answer about journey area our YouTube Nhyira TV. Nhyira TV our YouTube handle down for where to my journey the feed now no pay. Yeah, then summon at the aba na I had no messages in wajan ho. But the premier to make kenning na at the aba another brand new Monday. Say na and summon SC Alco na with him say China UEFA Champions League bas winning company piwa higher dem ebe wan se shawo do nyina so na Jean Fast na for many me kwa na no pay no. Wo mo SC asena mo so asena now friends I will some no yadi abro and shawo do na so maka to say nipa de mo so de a azo nya aduane papa e de esanse aduane e de de na ebo ma ne paduane nya hodin ye pa anya ze ba bibia na chese wo kwa akodi de basa ha adwene ye pa enti Isman Kitchen I hold on chese me no ebeko Isman Kitchen de wa aduane ye de na every Monday bia no aduane o mo de ma se de eche ne papa enti we bia ba besa no pe ba bia didi a Isman Kitchen ana so de ne ekọ eba na natural fruit juice na cheso be nyapa papa ni nyina yama a pineapple ni ginger afenso yama mango yama mixed fruit juice no afi tangerine and orange no nsa ka bi na chese eno so ya kama e dia ma Isman Kitchen Kumasi Claudio mu ade wani chemom na baba yara sports seduma me pacho main gate no si repair ana omo so e traffic light na se ana obenya Isman Kitchen na every Wednesday ade so omo pizza pizza Wednesday ti okwa Isman Kitchen Wednesday bia woto pizza another pizza na yasan dia cho na no etima kama ediama every Thursday bia so dia wo modi man so say obenya banku and tilapia na fe wa enjoy enti any banku with tilapia beto no yasan acho ba kom edia kana chese no etima bo every Monday bia dia odum say ni jene say bibi ekoye ama ni jene so etima wie pay no point and killer na catfish no no wunya point and killer na ya man side dish free edia kan ho ebia be fried rice and say ebia jollof na say ebia banku fried yam na yedi account free bonto edi amante na no pay wutie mi a na wakwa Isman Kitchen na wakwa akodi di peche na eno etimi abo no mesa betumi eni o mato kese e wo so 05 0265 707070 and as 0248 865 0486 na when you more and sweat to be adding come ye pa makato say when you aduane papa won tanya de beda e koba say when you aduane papa ndi amacha say nya do na do kro dia me do call na afe wakwa akonya de papa and sweat manum kunun Ghana limited wo me no mo di nupa e di aba ba ko ye huntu capsule eno ye meme do abo be me bia for urinary tract infections we ye be ma na tajo so tetem Wojonsa, wuti ya enso ewo be mama wedo ye huntu capsule ena be boye pa na Ghana man nyina agi atum na fe eye do anu ebo ma ni pedia na enya homke no eti o me de Mr. Kill so aba na Mr. Kill no ebo be ma bia eye sexual enhancer we ye be ma na premature ejaculation and eti to slow erection and eti to anaso libido e from my waist pains and ajo aboso wedo eye Mr. Kill eba bia do eye araba bazin tablet and to your ba na wutemia na wanya araba bazin tablet tablet so no no enso etimi aboa ma wo ma yasem etimi wie pay no na eboa menstrual pains menstrual disorders ni nyina betu ase e dia mo ba bia na fe wo yo ba na woni atenka e wo mpamu no ni wura sira ade se ntwide no wonti dia do beboa no e araba bazin tablet fe infertility e betu ni nyina ase kama e dia ma ko pharmacy and drug shop bia na koto de no me se betimi ni kunun Ghana limited edin sawoso e 0244275 429 na wenye de boba pa enso etimi anum ye pa abata ni nyina Flower Kids baby diaper no ana chance me kan for the amount abata bia esan say diaper papa de boba fra na me patro rasis bia nwa abofra no ana afe wo ma ye ni two layers nti sempo sabofra kwa jonso egunu ho a eba no no ni nyina ma enso na kodi achi wa abra nyunu bia nka ka koda no e ma ni nso e ma tete nti wo pe diaper papa ye so de boba na ani your Flower Kids baby diaper e Delta paper meal ana akofa dia ba no me sabetimi afrom wo so 0243 033 ano pay wetima from na omonso etima josu ye pa na telisa as man can to say omo the fixed broadband na e dia ba na unya fixed broadband na oya connection na pato dia tell say telisa esem dia say 100% a bonus of data ana tell so omo di amount and he say ebia o data na benya no 100 giga yes am another 100 gig free na tell say no so etima aboanti afa na o subscription na dia to my telisa as bro market say na bra beji o telisa fixed broadband no na face shall say you so afes one kasa o da so dada and ebia we person sign every connect here and also 50% a bonus of data and your day e kan we diamanti we pay we dey pa na pay we betimi afa phone na what dial star 900 has and I say also betimi you should telisa play app no na face we enjoy o telisa fixed broadband na tell say and also etimi e camera diamant na no pay no we ma download mo aso ase na gudie bin some no ya di down chicha we do nya so me pato de tie high sense se me catch us say e bo makati dia niam boba pani na no ana cheso makwa kofa dia ba of high quality emom very affordable your chest fees now per na television we mo the lesser television ana fa mo the compact television no enso dia ba no per betimi anya dia kama eno atim aba na say wo per air conditioner sa benya bi e wo makati o mo e the smartphone ana fa sound system dia ba water dispensers no won sa betimi aka dia ba no air microwave and of a blender out the cat on air fryers now. I know your high sense now quacofa and your baby be a power macatino. Member if you say 5 years warranty. I know Medima Ghana for a baby and more. I will show me be and swallow her and yan can it down someone part of Benomo and of a casua and also Benomo La Paz is Subenomo with any HM and so East Legona. Me patomus abo Timota Ubenomo Tazabia and so Naya Kama and the amount she would also takwa enough for takwa and near Western region Central region anu ye mankasim ana fe blue and na half nyina no wo kwatachima na omo ebo ho ana fe blue region dia no yesunya ne me pato ho hoi ana fe kofo dia tamale wo ba kumasi a wo benya high sense me pato omo showroom ni bi kumasi se no tano so ba ko ewo ho ana fe kumasi city mall wo de wani chemu ewadum ana ade se ene tafo a ade se no so wo benya high sense ewo niama no abode ewo no me sabetimi ene o mato kase ewo so no aye 030 255 and I says and so manya kama and for my promotion the attention royal foam as a student mattress no media ba now with himself 4 inches no ebono our foam sisi no 350 Ghana pair not just say German the amount and now for 3 inches no 320 Ghana pair and 2 per student mattress I kama and no your royal mattress ni bi and yes so aka na royal foam say we nya to mu bi bia sisi ya e free pillow ana tell me the man school fund dey we dey more abie kwan dey amamo wo per mattress abeda so na obenya comfortability na fe ebe massage body na dey tia stress free wetime akọ akosua dey wetime akọ akoye adwuma dey ano aye royal foam na me comfort dey amamo no me so betimi ni o mato kase aye 0202 271 000 ana 0202 271 000 na fe we dey royal foam for adin komaye pa na omonso etimi abo ade ba ko say piva beverages adawroba omo see event bi na aye na ubehia aye soft drinks na fe wetimi de adu juma de omo enso e ba omo ehwe ama bibia aye kama ede ama na udim say piva beverages say omo de piva aye cola no ede aba ubenya flavor no bi kama ana fe omo aye orange flavor omo tangerine ana omo grapes na fe omo cocktail enso anti wudi juma bia na ubehia soft drinks dia ane ye piva beverages oba dawroba omo drinks so many aba and so here now on Saka there number 70 million matoka say I 0550 032231 now for monso etime I just see pa na ayakama and the amount so na Flora tissue we need here come up a flower disposable handkerchiefs and no be so super absorbent with the cleaner and japatics be we na with him say we no woman and so no iron say a be fit or pocket na fe good for bag na omom and so iron maximum absorbent and their offices be so many be ho your back na what there to me so a classic lady we be pia bonten na obe use facial tissue aya say we dey na flower essence no na come aside that now we made the flower tiro so aba we edam to fragrance pure white and no na clean experience near kama afi we made the flora kiss tissue where the ababa tani you so we made the clean na face we made the wipe mo fra no and to your about na with me na what the flower kiss tissue be number sa obetimi afrom was 024427 0244 okay 0243 033 and now 0246 426 1729 okay so etime ajusu pa ade ba say ABC games there come anona ama boys enya sika edi na ABC game no yanka say ABC dia na ye dia ye we choose 3 letters na ye draw na tell so letters me ansa no ni nyina pie ma wanya di sika doto every 5 Ghana echo ana tell so betimi dia twa ne obetimi atwa akopem wanka say be a ho adi enso ebedunti for example say bia we choose F na fe e bia we choose E no we choose C ye draw na tell say e bia F no nkwa na ba ya we sika na we di twa no yebebo 3 times said yama emu mienu piema yebebo 8 times said yama ana face so miense ni nyina epiem dia eye 200 times to stake and that means so benya sika ye party eye ABC games wo fa for na no adale star 262 has star 262 has na fe wo so atwe bi adi kama winya scan so dia ya na wanya mobile phone na no so betimi abo eno ye Franco Trading Enterprise wo mo the mobile phones e kama adi aba wo mo adi Nokia phones Samsung ana face iPhones so the quality one woman no makwa ko find about the smart TV and the about Franco television one sa e be count there na o the air Franco air conditioners so aba charge freezers washing machine microwave and afi blender and the about ko says this no e ba CCTV cameras na woman no the papa pa na e the about CCTV camera and na ka den the burger Franco and a test obenya papa pa na enso ho and ya na do any table e wo makate Ghana for na ba bia the burger Franco e ho emam kuma se anim say the edum ajaba joys in ho ubenyo mo e face so many challenge bishop enso ebo so fe we do wedi chemo old mekom so no wo many na ebo so e ho anakofo keneke so many di enhwa new kedetia ubenya boka Franco e number say betimi ni Franco Trading Enterprise edi nkoma was na 0245 3166 0245 316 969 answer 0560 684 na face so Franco atimi ajosu pa na MTN Ghana as he said, I'm free after 1 hour. We fair 10 minutes. Yenya ti wu bia ada minute aka na free bonto and two person ye course kama padia and anso ye MTN Ghana free after 1 for phone na dial star 550 has star 550 has afenso no na wetimetwa space 100 megabyte of data ana chese ye di ema na fi wetime enjoy na eno so wetime abo ye pa no pay wo mata do mamo esu asene agodo bi nsam na ye di edam wo e wo ye chicha wodo nya so ye wi nsa de ma menka fo na menka to ase na ba sapon and guess up properties no guess up say ban say asase and tell say open ato and say ebi efie na open ato dia and ye guess up properties na ba support no one na tell say mo asase papa na wetimi dia di utuma winim say asase o de ma no litigation free man so sem bia no problem bia no ho langas in sem bia no nti o pa asase pa na ato dia and ye guess up properties no na wetimi ato asase make us all the any chemu adade ntama and 1.5 acre of land eda ho atati epo bi dia mana crown pen eda and ye Kumasi Accra road na eda afezu de wani chemu e high school jams na tonsu and also 5 acres so eda ho ye po bi eda man no so be fair guess up properties e was 0541 135 464 and answer 0249 136 582 na wafa guess up properties afezu efie na pata me pato manso bia ni ho genuine document and ye de ma and so be fair guess up properties na na omo into rental agency no so dwuma mu di ayese ebia open warehouse bi ana han open office bi adi mutuma ana se ebia open apartment adi mutuma ndi obebo no nana bansapon encha no pay ferisi na ni nkobo kumasi ani aso yakese na wo ene odu ani chemo ewo adeko chati a wo kokodoko training grant a won sabenkum so ana abenya guest up properties na mo straight me ahwa ajo so yankwa betani bi ewo sunyane ana fe doma hinkro bekum ana ayen cry na fe wanya guest up properties wo ma dawruma ani nyuma eko nkaye pe na no pe no wo mo enso asena agudie mu nsem no ye di etam wo ewo adwumade so fe ana adu afidie no ade ato aye sure your number one can radio station dia santema nyina anti ade atum ni yakata se adwumade no live ewo Nhyira TV anti ko Nhyira TV ampato ubenya bia YouTube Nhyira TV na Facebook nya so ni bia na ja wo comment no dia bana na no pe na etima kenkan kakra enso na dia ma ewo yen chicha wo so na yen twa ja kakra emfantu fama na dia eko ane dia eba in fact dia tie enkofama so sam no nim say UEFA Champions League aba so enkomani pi ewo ha ya di eba obada coach ba ko empempe ya make say ne ho eya kan Graham Potter na ono na West Ham United wo makofa nso na mehe emu adwuma na emfama na Graham Potter reporter men seka say West Ham United say papa no nyande na ko binim sankaja Chelsea adwuma na wanti ba anya bia anka bi o manya fani anko betuma ya adwuma na kama pacho Graham Potter reporter meti say West Ham United say Nino Espirito Santo anano da adese no Jordan Forest ebo na tutuo no wono no mo so betumi de adwuma no adwuma na first no so ba be adwuma no adwuma mo kama entane ye dia Graham Potter efina kate adi aba ewo adwuma de so anano pe mi ka che kakra adwuma wa chicha wodo nya so pacho reporter mensa eka yesa chicha no kopie mo Osman Dembele update bi aba na yeso ko aba fontinta fidie ni so a na yesi campaign bi asase se Ballon d'Or eba beto dono masa so mo ye campaign se brante de betime nso awe ne Ballon d'Or no na chesa na no pay ne camp adi release adi aba so mo kam obi atase se ma wu bibisa ewo ye ntinta no so nyame anum ne enfro makata ne o mo na mo de sa report ne adi aba esan se o ma ye rutweba hu se yesi campaign bi awo India na o mo se o mo ye the new marketing face atase eba na advertise na obi di mutitibe ye pa na o mo na o ma ye o ma dwen se o mebo aye campaign na fe abrancha ne tin edi Osman Dembele enso atimi awe ne aye Ballon d'Or this year de no enti enye se o man kasa anom so mati campaign na eno so aye reporter etotwa e oduma de so na no pe no ye ka che kakra nso adi ama awe ye si chawo do so na me ko Madrid na Madrid ko kakra wo ko rie Madrid bobo ko na am de time saka enso sa abrancha ya fono aye di no Hoisen another da o mo game o mo boy no abrancha ko ko di record o ko try di record but na Madrid fono enso mo protest sanka center refi no ankonko eva no oko eva no be sanka nya branch ne nkwa ana tasa aka no ewete ho wo bu boya refi no anya de se wono so etimi ekoya ede oko hwe ye kwa enso ho reporter mensaka se yesi Thursday ana mbe kwa tena se na omo kwa tena se a ana mbe we de we aniama no esi ko but already yesi Madrid form asase a yesi omonso ameki complain atase omonso se omonso betimi ahena eja bibia so omutimi enso aya no matimi enso aya na eja omo apili sabrante sa red card no me demand no engine esa sabrante no card ne de anase ebia fawo no why de be na nye straight red card ana na nke so me de sabrante no na yesi fa opesi ho va room no refia na ono ekwa va na wo hwe edijuma no penya ni dine edi figuero aya Vasquez reporter mensa kan say yati sa refi no se Thursday wo motena se na fe wo mu hwe niam na refi no akoba se wono ana wo ma Gil Manzano anso ankongo ya va no dia ane asuchie bia ho betime anso e dia ma sa refi no ane e dia fi Madrid wo mu game a wo mu eboy no akate di eba na no pe se Madrid we need 2-1 anso koba kakwa na no pe no ye kete dia ma UEFA Champions League me pato refi di Jose Maria Aya Sanchez Lucas Martinez one and a bear refer Wednesday we be Chelsea and so and a Bayern Munich game yababa Allianz Arena and Chania reporter a free UEFA akate Eddie Elbas is no Erling Haaland is a Haaland goes no bound so na abanta no yes wanya goes pa ama sishano ban Premier League goes amesa Lydia no kwano aba betan Didier Drogba essence 153 goals anatasa abanta no ono so sise kwekwana ene menyina ekoye Ediama Erling Haaland and Timpato Erling Haaland goes hawasa no but Didier Drogba de no bese no yes when ya pan hokwa and team na no reporter if Erling Haaland akate edi babada ukwa teama ya fanom PSG players ni bebre prepra ama ade ne ha adwene ye pa na PSG abo RCD loans reporter menseka asa banta ni Dedi Lucas Barado wanu game no opie esa say ye bo game no ekwa danim kakra on the 70th minute ana Lucas Barado ye yini frimo ya sa banta na pra afa enyo no kwa Kim in dia obo 57 minute ana banta ni pra ana mu yini sum ade ni frimo afa Vinta Valescaria one day 30 minute per ana Vinta anso abo na taso mu yini frim ti kwabna nyame anim ne ukwa team and team anso ade PSG players no do na paper already no players or medical pra Ayosmani Dembele after DCAD now Bantan and Swapra and so ne some 4 players no and so Babaka na adon and Yakobisa head coach and Dean and Luis Enrique so we players you ma play when you Atlanta na Ekobo and now so Atlanta tino mo mutieja na sa game ya mokobe UEFA Champions League ya we players ya play come ben number for some beba no so asata anu adaya na okasa ne dia na the medical staff no omufa report bia permanently want to make us players they be on my player UEFA Champions League going to be NCAA and from Osman Dembele with their do so munyamba back in tea young transfer ebia report na babansa na this is in bio ha womusu beda na dia womusu e dia baba tuta ani report and pato openya ni Dedi Luis Enrique PSG head coach adi tuta awoduma de so na no pe no ya ka chire kakra adi amana Bayern Munich global no wonim say last weekend no womu paduma bruta womusu atitie de ofia matasa ade no mo ye adwuma na ama entena polypolypolinum ana tase nkrofre anso awoso na hurricane wonim say ne manyina good anso edema hurricane amanfo do na tase ebo abantena baso ade ende am say bibia ya kama anso edema catinity nano Saturday ani ye game etotwa adwuma de so na no pe no ye di update bi anso edi edamwo ewo ayensise awodo nyina anso empato womne hamburger everywhere ana tase di sanity anso koma kakwa ne asada tini Chelsea anso akokobo tutu na aja Manchester for yasi nipa wunyini ya ensra kwatia ene Manchester for ne twede ade ya homunti bi da Chelsea ni Brentford akokobo tutu kate for munya buteo na mu hundi ade ne ba enti Chelsea nso tutu no anso enya ba so in fact abanta de din adi ko Palmer as usual ni go ne aba so onsana abanta de Moises Casado wono so body ni go ne kama ama ne ma ya kama de ma abanta mo masala anso nya penalty a convert here at my team and team anso at Liverpool wa bo mo ne Burnley game no anso to dwantani game to do oduma de say had no other Manchester United everybody nyame and ya be Manchester City and kofo ya ne uko United ko de mo and Manchester United say no game ne baba so Manchester say ya ne anyina ta ya na Manchester ne the Red Devils yankasa ne Sky Blue de sabe ade kokko hoi Sky Blue no eba beto ade kokko even kwa no ade say a campaign for ma team ankasa pa ewo Manchester de any Manchester United and then no mo yobu ya aha game ya this so ya chance before they go about atna kasa ya boko ya chance Erling Haaland and you go another Erling Haaland and in part another Erling Haaland bo brace ama Tanzania ma ya kama and Manchester City bobo ko nyame anim ne o mte Manchester di o mo ho agro ye pa and tramiansa and o mde Manchester United wa ba say United bobo ko no aji ko mo so no antime anka bi kwa na I don't know me call Germany ekwabi nkoba kaka ekwabi sa we kensa na no da mo wini ya 5 ana mo so wini ya entra no board do na eniema ya kama ade ma bada Miami sa say UEFA Champions League no eba so muni Chelsea na eba no so UEFA Champions League no ade ba ko betima ka say Bayern for epeso mo ko manim no mo peso mo bebre padia one as a player there so mo ye say the first 8 na so mo remo say the first 8 no automatically uba ko quarter final every 8 eko 24 mo honam omo na ebebo playoff no was the last season the playoff no mu huni ye pa say ko na was playoff no boy ma obre too much ma obo matches no do beda say wutimi win 6 matches and so they win 5 matches now about draw back wa was ebemo aba beka the first 8 no and betima mo maswevi na fe so bre na obebre we UEFA Champions League no no omanya the you can say kwan back na tell say the short one no na so etimi abo mo ye pa na Vivi ai Donnarumma start yo Obaka ni say ni go fi my guy ezan do ka to say go fi nyabotre na de enyo na oye go fi so da bi Donnarumma onya bi na kwabna say Donnarumma na start go post mo na go da ono na ale Haaland say Sanka enya sempa nanka obetimi di man of the match no ade amobi anka ode ma Jenny di Donnarumma wose agwade nyagopo akwa nim go da wose no pa we bo no ate nebo nyina na kwabena eno ya dan daddy miomo daddy miomo pa nimpe na daddy miomo tikube obeyande enti ano Gigi Donnarumma me pato Erling Haaland so na ebo brant na ba so wose ni debut party wunya ne say kama na yakobisa Chelsea ko dis opeyi ade na adi abrosa wo de ayi fofo na wo de ne be den fofo na wo de ne be den no so sa de akoda we prache enti na mpese me bon kakra na waso mo beba na mo yo madwen se fofo na no wo ma ne mo 45 minutes why you so aba 45 minutes pe ene ye pan no mo de ma bante se na be ya wo betimi ni team na jale because wo pra ya che enti so beba na bo 90 minutes de e be hard ne ye panti ene opeyi de odi tuja ane e bisa se na ye player ba ku tantanu ahoy sa kwa ade ne bo hoy no so huzu sa no so wodo kwa no so kwa no omo plan se abranta na fe na no so ehu tim ni no na se omo yere nkaka aka za na ye se oye na volcano bu na notice so ana to so bu na notice no na abranta ne 100% enti ano kwa no omo ma abranta ne bo kaka fa se na ye be betimi aboa ana to se je o pedo so no na onye 100% fit do sa abranta ne timi ye de obeye bianti ani ye de opayini di tuja e odumade so na no pay de kakra eda ni nyina ya kwan omo plan afaso na fe on Wednesday Chelsea enso Alliance Arena no Chelsea atimi aboni ye ne reporter etoja e odumade so na no pay bo che kakra ade ama na Newcastle for munyina yo na enkofo na ko hesesio kwabna against Valencia enkofo no po aduma bruta baso na bobo ko ne Trapole Policia ana cheso mu yesu ya akoda ya ye pani ya wa mai Fermin Lopez wo boko ama ne ma ya kama Hafinha de enso kama Lopez say brace no boy Hafinha enso no say brace na brant no ball Lewandowski enso ebo brace wanti baso na players ne de na no da mutimi say na chese ne ma ya kama adema players na ne reporter etoja o mo report say Camno ne de against Real Sociedad wo mo game no ombebo no Camno na fe against PSG wo mo chese ombebo no Camno na bom kwabra mo bobi e ombesa akoju ankaf na fe o ma kwa akoto so na say no kwabra me de kama ekotite ho na yese ekura bafu bi pa woda Camno ho no mutumi say enya sam ko to ma de fo hu ya o ma ha say sere baso na fo so mudamu nkura enti no dia etoja wo juma de so na FIFA at the confirmation be but FIFA say yankamo biante sisi an international break kwabena August ni October de no omuso makambum sisi an number 1 sanka bia ye bebo na August ansana October ya boy si abesan aba no ma baba no omuso makani nyina abom enti ombebo afri September 21st akopim October 6 now that means 3 weeks and a test makambum better dia ka bia de omuso mbe maintain omo test traditional one de anu match ana for November de na ebegina ana afa so June de ne de say time no na ye continent ye club break into no enya de say no be affect bibia no reporter etoda na mama mi Ruben amowi me kwabna we de story we me no na be we de mesrewa mchrewa kwabna wa dawroba mukoti Nimo. Sanwa yesi mupo kemna. Sa joba sa yenyo kura. Ano mde ko say tight corner. Ano ko bisa coach ni say papa. Philosophy a obe change no. Na players na use no. Kwa na u coach ni say. Asa mama na ni mam joko ni mam joko tina. Oso change ni na. En change ni tina. Na mom samuha na say. Kwabna change ni master philosophy no. Ni dia na no body and you have to change the man. Kwabna member some no okay. That means there players ready at this some to mu nyina. Say ne ono na mbe pam no. Waja ade 250 sa. And the battle Manchester United coach ne say ni philosophy part the nya so be change ni the ensida. Emom no say mu ha na nkwa. Then you have to change the man. Na man no na say I am good in that ho. Other say you no technical team no. Say ne players na some no okay ye head them. And you be sense all the ball na nkasa o pay you boy ye ofe. No say say minim kwabna muko jo kasa bia na no ye ni Arsenal boy no. Mo na game mo win. O say na no ye ni Arsenal boy ma hu boy. Say ni Arsenal boy kama. Omo mat no di gadmo e wo Declan Rice me ni ade sa boy na ye boy no anka no na ka ese de tone ese papa de ni doso Arsenal game a wo kan ka mo boy mu lusu ye de ehia ye se game na bo wo win ye anaso an win no chese win ne de wa down win wa just say United azibu na ohe e de was di nse sum na no wa chese wa gina tates ndo be bia wasi kwabna be odina nwini biem udi obeye bia wa ye manti minim we dia no pay yam akaka na me fancy minim no problem dey daddy ana daddy boamo no ba so o share amorim the facial expression na a story ni na yeah so me be kana no ananim ni che no ani man kui o tintini ni tietie na ne say enyema no kwa ni kui na who bend the message go what was to put in the fair no apart for him ya got him said that the room ni butu no wa butu no wa too much more no to me more for pum ya kan man just move by your boy ya busia dia ayi no ya kan say Ruben Amorim dey ba no was enya dey so beti ni dia mo bia na hen record no hey 31 matches say 8 wins. Hey, say we the Graham Potter could I 38 matches, 8 wins, 17, and there be 7 draws. And 16 defeats. Hey, goal difference, minus 13. Win ratio, 25.8%. Oh, radio to me say, yeah, because the division 2 coach bad back of what Nabana. That's not the CEO. Say, hey, Man City goalkeeper Okoye Fanabati. So I do another day, so no could never be said. What that transport? Fanabati for this committee, and not some of a pen. I was here. A brainy of my fancy and say now. I feel so the account trousers of Fabuati. Dear 10 and no, Juve so the and so on, you know, Kufimba, you many in Adiabam. Now, Mugim Moshe, or say, a 22, a Mubu, a Yabu 22, yeah, Lusu, Yabu 22. Maybe. Meanwhile, some grammar in Kanjamo. Bam, okay, what time now to me. Mean person engage you, you are quitted and discharged. You beat me a corner. I say for young George Medina since 4.5 now. I am for the Monday edition of Nhyira Guitar Pass. Mr. Bra at this point, Bra Facebook in Shaman. Sorry, Facebook is to see. And can you cry? Patch YouTube in your Facebook. YouTube in Nhyira TV. Branda also a part of the show. Never message in the bra. Na enkin kan emfa emma and nano pay. Yes, shall would come for Sebamisha. Where ye be drawn up pet bia me come from and I make so come from. It's answer ya dear a yan a draw back corner. Krumha. I will be a one be beyond one for Richard. A draw come from mammy and Kutubi. In fact, Yadian in Tiam Cotoyano, a tree at the end of the mammy. So, yan Cassia Dunia Brofoni Diano. Come for Sabama sanity for a yadro pa said diabetes. I also will leave our bread born a problem about home. Me pacha ubipi. While we are in kakra, a booking but me the money kun. It sounds a come for Sabama 80 minutes pa a drain you to me and not so infections ana and hawa.
me kan fo kemfo seba me shedru no e dia ma eyenti no baby eto bibidro bia Freddie Mens Colina Habme nom Giligo Pharmaceuticals awo Santase omo so hu se dro ni yentoma gibia omo ton edi ama eye Kumase ni Asanteman eni timpacha won so ko na akoto kemfo seba me cha 0245 455740 na edupapa yi won so koto bi nanom na ebeboa wie pa oye undergrad ana se opese okoyo masters ana PhD awo abrochire dia me patro san kaibo tie pa undergrad for no masters na PhD for no muntie me na de tie ne man yenko IDP education Ghana na ahokọ aye koni nyina no say kroma de oba the leading organization of Ghana ha so person who took kwan ko sua de so okoyo masters ana PhD no na babua no mai bibia kama now on some Monday 22nd ayade adwumadie no enso baso na adwumadie na baso ni nyina no Golden Bean Hotel ona adwumadie no enso baso so person okoyo masters ana PhD no adwumadie no eba ye expo kakra na over 15 universities from UK, Canada, Australia, US, omudinano, omoba down. No more show penny for. It is a new expo no, but be a person kusia de biano, and penny for bebo amaunsono, what me aqua kusia de name registration no, free. Ye bibia kama adiama no one say, oba visit idp.com and also by register our 0553 173346 na onsono. Wetimi akwakusia wade ewo aya abruchire me ma the opportunity na what travel to Dubai na wo kono me pacha wo kwa ye adwuma ye pamunten na onso afri Ghana ha no be ye adwuma ewo Dubai na anipa ye pa wo no ebi ye teacher for a nurse for mo amoto ye task sanso na a carpenter for welders so construction workers mu nyina no ye pe mo amokọ amopesa mo ye adwuma ewo airport and then nwuma no bebre warehouse for afel percent okoye housekeeping na ndina no eyade a opportunity to travel and work at Dubai me pacho we no opportunity a me so me de ma wo so na onso wetimi akọ ye adwuma ewo Dubai aketua no ye pa aketua no in fact wa akra no so godu ne akacho sa aketua we ne de ma wa hwa abeje wonsa anitimi so when it John na enyuma me bubo so nyina of fall under that category me patch for number ways to see na accommodation, health insurance, transportation to work ni na company no e de be ma ye ma 2 years resident permit now the akwakọ you adwuma number no 0538 204204 0538 204204 person okoye adwuma out Dubai first number no sisi Rush energy drink e wo dwaso pacho unya bi ennom ya sisi ame no kasai every sabre ya kopim se be sa da bi no na wato Rush energy drink isan say caffeine wom sanso energy wom e bebo wo ama ho atimi ayeden no ya adwuma omre kra enti kotobi na ennom na ebetimi abo Alaska Star Enterprise na ye kwana Alaska na ye koni nyina no ye dem sisi be pacho person sisi o dem ana officer me kanfo Alaska Star Enterprise and diamond over a new studio ha and yama dodo na about 95% in the every Alaska ho anything from blanketing, wallpapers, open echo panel, best spread TV, modern TV stands no sofa cover, decorative watches because I'm a boy in net but so there one kasako restaurant ho Alaska Star Enterprise Kumase Edum Mrs. Anoche Plaza a dynamo on boss from side hona ubuso be a becho Alaska Star Enterprise. There were person who talk to them ho ema them wa ye for office wa ye for no Alaska Star Enterprise. Cause CA and Klein Monko Circle Tiptoe Lane and also by friend number 0256 330075. Nana P phones and accessories and na ye konia koto phone and the Senex product in na phone no yeton original. And a bonus so da form me pacha uni bisa yan kwa na kumasia is a 50% of adena otona 50% na kano na yɛde amount so ho na onso tua ne kakra so open 6 months de bema 3 months de bema 1 year de bema now so no wetimi atuatua from Samsung, Nokia, Techno phones ni na case tablets ni na no original ones akofa bi e de aba Sinex product no you on a TV, refrigerator, air condition, washing machine ni na e di free and we tua 50% dia kan ni na no atuatua dia kan no enso e de account ade me enche ade no eno so egusu a ekoso na de obeya ne se auto ade a e bi ye branded t-shirt ne de achew sanso na a cash coupon of 5,000 Ghana cedis and many more in the nano or kodo awo ayena na P phones and accessories Kumasi Edum baby mi ensane ewo first one awo asedan Kwesme Media second one Obiba Jacob dinim opposite Prudential Bank and Edum PZ Nana Akwasi Ajama building in my house no ayadia Nana P phones and accessories our friend 0533 093422 na money eye penipano oda dwumadi na no eni nkomo 3p garlic mixture and so eye bibidru aye de garlic and aye and into 100% garlic extracts and natural plant juice full of vitamins and minerals asheni ma say be so ayade bi at say stroke asthma me pacha odonso a obre obi ohonoma kasiye ya na oya opesa so ete na onya ofika na fefe me pacho koto aye 3p garlic mixture oba okwa afishire na waya se eya oya immune system na ba form ama yade akitua bia na de wato form a me kanfo aye 3p garlic mixture no na ade ama na no pese kotobi na ebetimi aboa okoda ni heba misty colinac na apidank ho nyina no okwa so pe 3p garlic mixture bibiduro no a eyi nkunya no na so okwa akonombi 0248928824 na waji edroni bi na watimi anom na kama pa no pay omo ene afufuro pi eka ho na omo aso yasena yede dwumadie no ade ebram de twato kra no aye omat perfume mosquito coil ko bebri na ewodwa so ba ye ko ni bi wono ma abeso de asi dem no ade ebeche na wuti ya wo entontom no so a entimi nkono na amoanya malaria me pacho omat de di kan wo so su dem ho a smoke no muse na efia no ba na ekitu abi etikata no ebi enchewda ekum tontom etimi tontom pa babo ho ban ade efin tontom nti malaria friend malaria ebi entimi enchew de twato kra amani je ho ene se wo so su dem ati se de wo de perfume agu dem ho no kama me kanfo aye omat perfume mosquito coil ade amawo ene anopai me pacho Kumasi na wona opedudu atu a no akoto ampacho obekọ aye Kumasi Edum Family Plaza enkran depo no awo Ashoman edna Tachiman so ye wo ho 0557484083 amone afufuro pika ho ena amo aso yasena Monday edition YouTube Nhyira TV yetinkodwoma yeguso ede emamo Fifi Manfred Fifi Mareska good morning. I want to say,
oh, yeah, me adom.
They have me say,
o message bi na me intercepted. No me better screen is on my. Then now what if we know o strategy na o de ba show no so. Inti se o start here, o mo ze ade a waka. Na wa unia good fellow. Na ama o to atwi. Wa send me screenshot a me dey ma Jeff ene na pamfo. Ewo ye streams so don't better so am now I'm to so after that I can go on with my submission then later on you come but oh no the bia na
also good fellow na this Sunday
aye
ti
ene your number so bia your number
with good fellow stab me yes ah
we was stab you baby and your back no kwa I stab you front and back
good fellow good morning
good oh yeah
message no
oh Jeff better so I but Jeff but so me ato Gabi e no so am
me kasem jo ti me unu se me ti e untimi ntemu me
as we know nobody came here to tell you
untimi ntemu
but we didn't come here to tell you nobody came here to tell you
me nyamre
there be but nobody came here to
whatever what the buy bia no dey show sleeve nim bia no bie no ha oh come on I'm more prepared.
But you didn't come here to tame you. Okay. I just want to read the message aloud.
And catch a good fellow say.
Message in a message we send you good fellow now and we save you number no. Richard in share FM. And now only the person I catch and say this is not the Man United I fell in love with growing up. And a good fellow Esro, or Mao emoji in us. No business, hey, Nene dear, assembly now say today, dear, Takashenko on the show. I am matching him boot for boot. I will tame him today. Trust me. It's a Takashi now. It's a Uni Asamka. But over me, we knew it. We told you.
But Uni shame now.
What's that? Let
them
hear your Takashi.
Uni shame.
Let them hear your Takashi.
Uni shame. So what shame ba? Oh shame ba. Oh from world champions. You are now on Nimbo. Brentford. Lucy Thomas Frank, omo former head coach. Tutorial must pay. And now Amalusu Wisa to Newcastle United. Amalusu Daddy Mbuemo to my own Manchester United. And now Amalusu Christian Norgard to Arsenal. And Obia or share Brentford last season BA. Or they share personnel now Mabubu Medino. They were Brentford. It's not like Omo and a Chelsea board draw. They are not with the team anymore. Okay. We see we are sitting down on Bobo. Premier League over J. Okwako 2-2 against Brentford. Obey you, obey. Oh, crown one shoot. Around Hoy. Oh, Sresre. Obey what Juma. What's a meme a Lucy to Man City. Pep Guardiola, Man City. It may be better now. Oh, come on, Kofi.
May sound of voice be wild voice. You better sound boy.
Oh, come on.
No, then me I don't have a problem.
Some city share and news.
I know.
The news are any day.
You know argue you. Oh, you can talk. But I don't have a problem. You see, that's the thing. You bet me jam watch it about 12 o'clock. You bet me pardon Chelsea in your twice. You can go on. We will not rival you. Yen Kabi. But the thing is that I want some okay. And when maybe I will never fabro. No, don't worry. Because also our voice or how I will say you are sorry for Manchester City. Nyami and you are for Finland Kauma Rahim 100,000 and Kaukoji was 100,000 to so. But this time police are saying these are the issues. What's now? Oh, players are banned for the issue. Oh, players are sitting here play. So when we dear, you make sure you are sorry for Pep. It is you. I didn't tell you that Brentford team here empty. You make sure who now kind. And that is where I'm coming from. I will go on. Let me go and do my job. Mommy, Monday. Mommy, toss him. It will work. There be saying your time, many times in here. Why? We don't be able to offer you, Mama, 1 hour. Watch it with him. This is my time. Let me speak. You know me. You saw your man. I don't know me. Even is our own thing. But won't you so there? One some. Let me be a mouth. But what I say, we can be weird.
I know says we are no accessory. What do you mean?
Oh, but be very fine. 4 years pay. Ente. Why? Be very fine.
United BBNC.
Oh, of course, not the BBNC is
sitting a shame.
Anne.
Our hay, it's yard.
It's yard of Ampa. Okay. And then you can come home. And I'm across Monsan Yard get it. And I'm a sham. And now, then, 1 2 players. Man spend 1 billion.
When I teach you, we be pay my teachers for Brentford for no crown on the second go no. Nay, outside and a revenue J. Yabu boy, 2-2 and a dow. OTA didn't come up. Say, and I born and outside. Now, wouldn't my baby J review? You're both full of match 2-1 by Baba share. What they buy? Okran now draw me attention. Say, a full and boy, Tian and now so I must you vast one when you won out the buy. You brought it up. But when you also 2-2 to a moment, a time no. 10:48. What it? 10:48. Problem. Let me okay. And 2 minutes of cry. I better come back. I better from say. And try me and pay you. No, try. You can't. You see that's the thing. You can't win this battle. I switch out with me. Try. Wow. Obi oni mu biaro. Bibi yes na start so resume voice. We don't want to say what you may do no.
because we make it. And it tells who's the one who's out to you will TV was that abusu but who so you don't know when it's far.
Someone shall be having you no manji. Oh.
Say
Imbusu cry.
Ah, you are the way for the Premier League table. What will be paying?
Yeah.
Do you know the Premier League table? Even Man United da.
Me check it.
Now we are checking. We are checking. Now we are there checking. Time a municipality cover. Now we need be a city da. Now we point a city wo. And now we need someone down below. Top 10 grow one count. Over catch there ha. But or share we always only be a order. If you are there. It's chichiro wo sa. We do wo share. Now they are sunny. Na chichiro onai so ati wo sa sare.
And opo mo so mo say.
Na chichiro onai no wo sa.
Liverpool team 4 out of 4.
Exactly.
100%. Yes, a team be unbeaten. Team bears. We unbeaten papa bay.
Any unbeaten papa. Any unbeaten papa.
We didn't Brentford and check Crystal Palace.
Any unbeaten.
What unbeaten?
Any unbeaten. Yeah, gas you unbeaten.
Yeah, lose to Man City. Enye news. News any day.
And I debut. And I debut. Most spending 3 billion. Yeah, more. You be buamu. You be come. It's Xabi Alonso, Real Madrid. Edward Madison. We expected them to do well. At least for me. I think that from the very first day I met Xabi Alonso, I had a strong conviction. Say, the fact that he's trying to prioritize balance, any common sense in coaching, you know, it is something that was always going to take him to the next level. He went away to Real Sociedad in a game that we all knew was going to be a little bit difficult. And when the game started, Madrid for the kind of goal, almost choking off as offside on killing Luton Mbappe. It was a goal scored by Brent and other goalie. But you could tell some Madrid fans were forcing the issue and were trying to make sense of how they wanted to play to get a job done. Until a good ball into the part of Brent, your friend killing Luton Mbappe. Not any pass from Madrid. It was a back pass. And Mbappe's awareness to read the game was very, very important for him. He stepped up. When he said, Adebakubo or Mbappe, the understanding of timing and space. On the ball, 2 Koko really ball. On him say 50-50 or 6 center back anymore. We really ball there. And Mbappe 1-on-1 with a goalkeeper there. 9 out of 10 times you expect and say, Jumano, everything is going to go on well with them. Right after Sadio, there was a big issue. One last ball, Madrid for number high line. And SEO Machi. It was Dean Heighton was going back to go and defend. It's no, last man. Gil Manzano got it wrong. And I'm very surprised that VAR did not call him to go and check. From what I'm hearing, Gil Manzano felt that in the on-field decision, and we said it several times, VAR is not supposed to be referee. On the field referee, Gil Manzano felt like the on-field decision was right and he wanted to stand by it. So decided to say, VAR
now friendly there, he think he's okay.
I'm very certain that he was told even in the ear. Say he may like to go and check it again, but he can decide not to go because he's the final arbiter in the middle of the park and decided not to go and check. But I was wrong. And I think since Madrid for Apilia, they are going to get her back. Ada Gula in your second goal, no, reach 4 out of 4. And Liverpool, but then Real Madrid have also gotten the job done under Xabi Alonso. On the next game against Marseille, our Champions League game this week, it is going to be very, very interesting. It was a debilitated Barcelona side. But there is always never a lack of effort for Barca. 6 goals to 0. It was at the Johan Cruyff Arena, where and the very first time a Barca ever game in the Spanish La Liga, Johan Cruyff Arena. And it was a game without Lamine Yamal. Before the game, Namundo Deportivo no sport say Hansi Flick was not happy. Say Spanish national team for and you see Lamine Yamal when the boy complained to them say and a lot of discomfort in the pubic area. They went on to use him. Rafinha, we heard that he was late for team training and meeting, and then he was also not part of the starting 11. It was also without Abrante friend Robert Lewandowski. 3 of the players that scored majority of Barcelona's goal last season were all not part of the starting 11 against my friend Valencia. But I was not shocked. With last season, Barca created Valencia by 7-0 or so. So they know how to beat them. In about 11 meetings, constantly Barca gets the job done against them. But it was in the fashion in which they got the job done. Which, when we need Enzo Maresca, Fermin Lopez, he is one of the best finishers and excellent movements without the ball and into the box for a player who plays as a number 10 or even a second striker. Oh yes, Ejumano, nicely. It was a ball from deep from Abrantia friend Pau Kubasi. Breaking the line. It was a Valencia Fono City in a 5-3-2. And a Pau Kubasi far ball on the left hand channel. Ebia, you want to see how the goal went about, Rich? It looked something like this. Valencia Fono were in a block of a 5-3-2 without the ball. And then what Barca Fono decided to do was that they were going to leave Abrantia friend Pau Kubasi on the ball. And on the left hand side area, which a ball pass into the part of Ferran Torres, who was a number 9 in that game, but a force number 9, who had dropped centrally. Or boy, because Fermin Lopez was in the left half space, no, Ferran Torres and control ball, and on Sunday night, come on, in this area, on the weaker foot of Abrantia friend Fermin Lopez, Abrantia team friend Barcelona got the first goal from there in the second half. Then Rafinha Mobile, Abrantia friend Marcus Rashford, and the first goal involvement. Our Spanish La Liga in front of Sport, almost say Fiesta at the Johan Cruyff and I think Barca for important 3 points. Marcus Rashford had a good game. He created the most chances for a player in our match now. And then you give them a lot of credit for team and friend the football club Barcelona. Then in English Premier League, which how many times have we not seen Liverpool do this?
Last minute,
yeah,
no more game.
Last season, this season. They be aware. And they did it again. At the 10th more. Hey, now me share match na. I said no, I want to go and find something to eat quickly. See me that's it. I go kitchen to quickly whip up something. Rich, in the course of it, let me get my phone. And I make a comment to make us say Liverpool for your penalty. And I'm saying, Kai. So I went back to check. Say, maybe a very dubious penalty. Maybe it is not going to be a penalty that should stand. Rich, it was a clear penalty on my former player Hannibal Midgebury. He said in the first half, no, Liverpool went to Dominico Szoboszlai right back. Then I bet a friend Milos Keke said could yellow card be. And Anna Slot's uniform. I like that from Anna. Anna game management is something that we've always said is one of the best. Even when you realize the player no bono, game number be more about duels, physicality this man. So he needs to be able to get players who are willing to go into duels, especially when he's gone away to go and play against Bournemouth. He took off Milos Kekes, brought on Andy Robertson. The game stretched in the second half, brought on a branch friend Jeremy Frimpong, and then they won that penalty. Rich, who else? Who else than a branch friend Mohamed Salah? Today, in the all-time list of English Premier League, players are very, very successful in terms of goals now. A branch friend Mohamed Salah is 4th.
Kofi, I know it's too early to say about this, but
yeah.
What's your Liverpool team now with the Omoyeno?
Yeah.
Or maybe you are league.
Oh yes, they can win the league. Or maybe winning. Me Makacho say the only reason why I'm putting Arsenal ahead of Liverpool is because of up to now. I still don't think that there is enough balance, and that's why they keep on conceding. The games keep on going late. Against Bournemouth, a 88-minute winner. Against Newcastle, a 90th plus winner. Against on my last game, boy here. I think before this was Arsenal. It was also 80-something minute winner from Dominico Szoboszlai. And then this one also a 90th plus minute winner from Liverpool.
The reason me catch you be say Arsenal in the league, you know.
Say omo
Liverpool mentality, players no mentality no the game no.
Yeah.
Top notch. On say team be how person ye be no.
Yeah.
Especially with the players no with park and so.
Yeah.
The mentality is that the referee born abenya. Yeah, born game no. Yeah. And we will win. Second 30 seconds, we know how to win. And I know that Liverpool Debo game.
But this is 4 out of 4. The same things have happened. Sure. We have about 38 games.
I know.
How many of those games will Liverpool be able to get that from?
And Tina Nameka say a marathon. But the Liverpool Kakano Mocheno, or Muchlevi as in as a league near Pessia.
Okay. Well,
I know be na Miami team. Manchester United, Yenibino. Yenibi.
Which Mundu Okra.
No, sometimes there's how you're tough player. Rich, especially derbies.
Rich, if you don't have a structure.
Derbies, you can't play players. Rich, Rich, if
you don't have the structure to play the ball, forget about the mental toughness.
What is structure?
You see, forget about mental toughness. Ubetinya ya hwanden for when you dey olu obi kwa akoko. But if akoni you say you use second channel. Or two oku kita second wow. So it's about also the plan. Your team don't have a plan. Don't and sugar coating. No big yanka be ha when yaka. I will allow you. And the sugar coat in the bit of Mr. Senior.
Me team as a
you make us a main county and you're not the county. Moderate me, I mean, can't you?
Okay, county and I'm
and yes, sir.
Count
who are not make your switch now we moderate my comedy. Me come and stay united again like how I say other teams.
They want to attack us.
And yet Takashi asem.
Mate,
the team was no good. Which it is, you see, Ruben Amori mo fane by saying come Sanyoma. Do you know that? And Kenya Ruben Amori ma. And yet Eric Ten Hag Jumoye last season. And can move relegation. This is a relegation team. The Premier League since match day 12. Abusaki Eric Ten Hag and Ruben Amorim may take you over now. 2024-2025 season. This is the table. Look at the table. Obienu Premier League Numa or less points than you. And yet Takashi Asem. Only Takashi in Chen Wolves. Only Takashi in Chen Fulham Fono. The team is not good. From the manager, the players don't fit how he wants to play. We said it before. Mibejina catch was a rich. There is no need to go and buy Benjamin Sesko. You can't play a midfield 2 against Man City. Game no bon or one midfield 4 essentially. Obo Tijani Renders, Obo Rodri, Obo Phil Foden, and Obo Bernardo Silva as a half winger. It without the ball, Bernardo Silva was coming into the middle. More captain Bruno Fernandes after the game said it that you are losing the midfield battle 4v2. Meanwhile, who are 2 top attackers? Bundesliga 6'1" when he more ball longer man. Where? He will win. I was surprised that in pre-match now Castle Mobeshomo, you are better than them and now more prepra. It's not possible. Obabu Kado Kusino, Oboniko Ali, Mobo Gunu Evans and Gosco Guardian and Ruben Dias and said, let us play a game. At the beginning, again, not come over anything. But anytime we center outside center backs and try to go and jump and go into the middle, they pass through you. And constantly they created a chance. Jeremy Dokuya in front of the block to set up that goal from Foden. It is not about anything. You can get 1 or 2 wins here and there, but the United team is in a bad place. If it was another team, he would have said it. Let us tell you, sometimes relax, you can't tell because Ruben Amorim has the worst win percentage of any permanent Manchester United manager since the Second World War and your First World War. Second World War.
In
na opurabu kwa na onim kofo bebre ni ma me kan kire
enye we na me kan me se yen adan yen Manchester we nim zete
ebi mo nim so ma me kan ebi mo nim so ma me kan kire ma me kan e o ya o wo se hye ye gina na wo kan o de na wo kagu Graham Potter Pochettino o ka ade ne kru ni ma bre na wo hie ayi asedi gu so ni gina na wo kan. I don't blame you. I
don't blame you.
No, you won't blame me. How will you blame me?
Kasa Manchester United ne dia ho aba.
Mutimi
e na no pe u team.
How can you have
meba? I say we are sometimes nya fair. Senke we are se pa fair anka u gina we. Was your world champions. Brentford team can we obi a she ni uko wan timi aje ogo board draw.
Oh, you be
meba. Oba ya wakata wo de so. And obi de so na and na team ni nye and Amorim and I said a Second World War and the worst coach na dey dem. Mo na mukuta the best coach. Mo na mukuta the best team mo ko Brentford munya result be.
You the 1 point by 1 for Biama.
Yeah, point.
You the 1 point by 1 for Biama.
So Brentford team we. So Chelsea no draw zero lose.
And you no crack.
What lose?
Where they lose here. And
I don't need you 50 to tell me the Manchester team ni.
As a show true Krobangasa, you need me. How will you need me? And you made the manager of here. Not do radio because how do you need me? The table now.
And yet here mo Germany. Boko to
oh, they be out of from.
Boko to Germany.
They be out the challenge from.
Bayern Boko to.
One out the PSG for buy. One out your ma PSG and go say to them. After they don't job. Now you know we next weekend. Oh, train Germany there. You know we next weekend yeah. It's to was any no my. Now table video, more than where are you on the table? You don't see? Oh, yeah, guy. Oh, you have 4 matches or 4 points. Who you be about 4 matches or 8 points? Being come who want to was here? Me and Chewa Jumani.
You're world champion.
The team is not good.
Me say, you're world champion.
The team, it is not good.
Liverpool starting league. No, bien who say. They are a team to beat. Omo chu obi an omo hye no. Wo na so ye world champion. Oh yeah then. Yeah na oh yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
Crystal
Palace were to be Brentford. These are teams that Liverpool be shown with chicken.
Yeah, chicken change. Liverpool Crystal Palace ne boy. And on one bet na chiri. Liverpool Crystal Palace.
They give me.
But I don't win match.
They give me.
Any match. Liverpool open for but Chelsea dey na open for.
Community show the game.
Any match.
Community show. Community show. Analysis.
But first we game any match. Okay, but
if you community show them patch up.
Mama to as well.
And for my analysis.
You go away to Brentford.
Chilling.
Me chechem.
Chilling.
Hey, me dey miss Kenny for me. You try a car. Be a very fine man. Relax and enjoy the analysis. We want to talk for here about you crazy. Which means the catch say Chelsea game no BBC title no the battle of the set piece goals. You agree that set piece won the game, and if it's about set piece, then Brentford actually won the match. Keith Andrews won it with the set pieces. I've seen data of how a lot of the teams this season they use a lot of long throws. Now, me, I don't watch now. When I get time, I'll bring it to you. But set pieces, Bernardo Cueva lost it to Abrantia, your friend Keith Andrews. There's changes from Enzo Maresca on the first starting of the game. To me, they don't help the squad at all. I think it's a balanced team. Rich, I think Maresca has to be very careful in the defensive shape. Sir, Bona Brentford for sure my first goal.
No, me
wrapping up about. That was the first goal that Chelsea considered similar in full match. Some boy now. VAR choking off no. It was almost the same goal. In fact, the same goal. Chelsea kwako attack it. Ball not working. In this area, you need to press and counter press quicker. But it looks as if Facundo Bona not take any up to it. Chaloba by. Alright, my problem is this. Look at the two centre backs. One, Abante friend Westy for fun. Baby original. Any Abante friend tosses na there biayo. All in an area where they need to judge the ball better, position better, and win the ball back. They didn't do it. Last minute. Which whether na a offside and yet offside, like I said, I think that Brentford won the battle of the set pieces, no, because they changed the game and got something from a set piece. No, correct, na offside, but it comes down to how you interpret interfering with play.
Okay.
VAR on the day said that they felt that it was subjective. May change say VAR for referee PGMOL or referee boss no. But also usually media engagement, he will come out and he will explain this. And you don't hear a lot of people talking about it because they're Chelsea. A other club that Chelsea benefits here, you would have heard most of this. It's rich. Wrap up nicely at the amount on what happened throughout the weekend when it comes to games. But do you want to sack Ruben Amorim as a Manchester United fan?
I was saying and they are permanent.
Ukumbe permanent.
No, hey, Kofi. Oh, sometimes I say. We a coach now coach a team like Manchester United. Who face an original bench on a Kabibi. No, I've watched him. So what should he
Yeah.
So what should the facial expression of original bench? Oh, we play an original park and so cry. You concede defeat.
Which do you think the players don't believe in Ruben Amorim?
I think so. Oh, personnel no, that be a mechanism way. Or philosophy no, maybe a sporting it worked for you.
Yeah.
But Manchester United ain't working.
Yeah. Which it
so now say media still no the same philosophy na me bo. Then now in the first level be your boy. Ugat against Man City. Coach you know Diagro. But name the reason why there up to now say yes so some mediocre result or them and yes so I'm with you. Yes I fair to the other coach na pam wo no. Everything hag na me at the result we are no me dey ya pam wo. They should sack him. It's not good enough. In players and also they should set up. Manchester United na mo bodo. Sebi. Mo team kitu bia. Manchester United, you need to set up against Arsenal. No ma gide mo gigi. Afa dey ma kodakra. I didn't like the attitude of our players. And this is a derby game. Derby ya born and yet hey defense. Two poros. I just want for born and room. Yeah, shambolic. Coach in the say man ko omboy. O my Kofi. O why you need them size so me try screenshot na yeah to aso. Me go for power serious. I'm a rimpa. You disappointed me big time. Ko fast like Abraham ko fast Sesko.
But me
good. Sesko is not good.
Mary one
the man for saying any man start or start is you name.
Mary one okaza.
Atefo yen from Nhyira Fifi Manfred yi ne twa ne screenshot at the betimi abana Santa Zubufu sa akran hu de obeka twa ne screenshot on so betimi abana oba be fana wakwa kotwa bi besima ko usu bempa yala eba Isaac Mining and Engineering Training School brand ebesua bi 3 months obeso ram into mining a dump truck forklift excavator said the situation ni na no yare 3 months so kama pa hostel no say ya ni free it is all free chichi na oba only problem obi on mo beka say na me call boazi minimum obi a ohen na meda hostel and so free yen charge o we or the down the sua wade kama pa me patcho registration fee na 200 cedis oboasi zongo behind at the high sense building on sabetimi akomo ho your number is 0539 732 me patcho na money empenifo no eni ho enkomo ba kopɛ na besma ko usu bempa yala ento aso ye kodo rekon royal enterprise omo ena ade rekon heba mechane dia bedwa so for general body pains me patcho kutobi menstrual disorder oba ofichi kom ne nkwayi so ho me sel kutobi na abeboa koko how koko normally ya fan so koko de enye yare bia koko ha dwen papa so one take care key attention ebetimi the problem pa etimi e the amount koko foni na no monkoto ayereko heba mechane bi make okọ promise heba Fredimens KO Sac Pharmacy Patase Adjoso Government Hospital opposite sanso no boase time FM take FM na no adroni bi ewo ho ye kira kwan pa no aye Breman Pentecost. Thank you Joseph Bodin ye na mane 0244470067 Bismarck Osubempa Ayala. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now what you saying?
Mr. Monshana de Nimbramun Fako de Nishomuye.
Why in a mound? Abba.
I didn't say okay now.
Okay. Yeah, 20 years to some room Susan or 2 mediocre performance. And not 2 on the mind. So we train in crowd the bench you are. We play a crowd. Oh, what you have to say, team no coach in graduate to see. What type of coach is this?
Rich, I think that many will really say, Amorim, I am a Manchester United, I am West. And if that is the understanding now, then so that's why I'm to say, "My you are Pomea Morina, Rich Enyam."
No matter
because we are comfortable to come and improve a certain situation. Oba no results are unya and dia uye ni no is to worsen the situation I comfortable then why must you be there? Marriage in Pimpin, Sir Manchester United decided to be Pamoa Morina. Why are they available? Coach me. Coach me anyway.
James said, "Yo, I no. You can't. Just have your home."
Xavier Hernandez.
More former coach.
Xavier Hernandez.
So.
Will he accept this Manchester United team? Rich. They say team no I am Musumbio. Obiara person in Zababeka. Now look. I think say yes. Amorim Mutaya, he is the coach. Until he will take a chunk of the blame. Because Rich, you look at Amorim the Premier League results and in the statistics, and it is no good. 31 games since our buy. We're winning 8 pep. We're above 7. We're losing 16. Or a goal difference of -13.
Manchester United.
The win ratio only 25.8%. Now you see, Mekaipa Amorim came around match day 12 last season. Now Manchester United abo games mako 11
in the season na enkoye ono mo masa we must take the decision now enti Amorim buy no obebo match day 12 Rich se ufa since Amorim buy in the Premier League no emesi samre ya Rich na se uwoye Premier League table la Manchester United will be last. And we are talking about a table West Ham won, Tottenham and the Ant Postecoglou won, Wolverhampton won, Fulham won, Brentford won. Look, I am cataloging these things because, Rich, if you look at this table, a lot of the teams up on coach. Maybe now some coaches because of this same table, no. Inti, Samorin Kosuso what now?
You behave like a big club. You
see,
Bali Makusin. I go fire written hand. 2 matches. I was a master you to me, man.
No, but you see, Man U traditionally, our patience for the managers. Man U are prepa. Emma the managers. The DNA of Manchester United is Rich. Who didn't say the Amorim say get Chelsea come up on that. Come up on that. Real Madrid back come up on that. But Manchester United a 50 team na. And a sort of arbitrary and the money coaches. But Rich, I also think say beyond blaming the coach, the players.
I know you're doing.
Look, boy na yes City as Manchester United 3-0. So Usha Opta analyst, Rich, in terms of SGs, City had 1.88, Manchester United had 1.56, and they couldn't even manage a single goal. City share 3-0. All the good chances about giving him fell for Manchester United. All of them. Good chances.
You're buffalo.
Young fan say. And I want to didn't say computer no. Young fan say, Rich. Donnarumma made a very good save from Mbombo, and that will affect SG pa. It will affect SG no. But beyond that, for Manchester United to have 1.56 SG, and Oman for Boba Kukran to them. But for Man City to have 1.88 and score 3. Again, Rich. And I was listening to, was it Owen Hargreaves? And I also agree with Assembly Okai. And it is all because of, before I ever started game, Friday, the catcher say Manchester United and they won the best LG in the Premier League, not against City go in the whole of the Premier League. Now today we are here to say, oh, Man U na LG to score near there and for Rich, who is supposed to score striker? Yeah. Now on hand and this thought I had it before. Say, on hand you say, Man U are Rasmus Holland, young striker or prospect. And Okofa Zegzi, young striker or prospect. One Koto already made striker, top derby. Also the policy is to bring Obia, Oya cry or Oya hungry for success. Oba, the pressure in the Manchester United team, Emma on to me deliver. The man you takes a decision say, yeah man Rasmus Holland ako. Look. You have a model. Who the year in fact. But what Manchester United has done is to just repeat the model. Because Rasmus Holland by now and far.
You don't bring.
That's also Pamona. You don't bring. I went to a friend school.
Because you're young, I feel on the sushi.
And the number seeing you great, yeah. And you can't go on the transfer market for maybe 2 seasons in here and not bring Victor Osimhen, Lautaro Martinez kind of striker. Now, person situation will change overnight. It doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't happen that way. Now, look at the goals now. Manchester City for the share. Look at the goals. Doku dribbles on the line, cut back for Phil Foden to have a free space. Phil Foden, on what? He's not an aggressive player. Now, Otimi any space to load the ball. Someone or head and just loading the ball into the nets. Now, chances now when you don't expect Alan, so I say those chances.
Not categorically right in the hour.
And look at the way which Manchester United were easily pierced with a through pass. First goal no say this. I don't know yeah, and I say about the cheese. Why? First goal no say this. Say look, through pass. Or call one who's a keeper neighbor. No, then I say born. I say second one quite in the net chain. He beat the line. Line no, because tell me about through pass man. No, of the half. Why will Manchester push forward so much? Be imbalanced with Tom shape. When you are playing against striker, Mr. Erling Haaland,
and so you ball high line,
and he finish you off easily. Rich, I know I'm going. In all honesty, and your man Kuyi, and the post-match interview, and now catch Erling Haaland say he seems to love the Manchester derby because when say Rich since or arrive here, who petima or goal involvement petty or more against Manchester 11 goal involvement. For Branty friend Erling Haaland against him, your friend Manchester United. Manchester are not looking good. And Bianchi said this team will explode anytime soon. And the real friend Amorim, Rich, you need to sort a lot of things out.
And you see, your management, you know. I'll see a from you with some more questions.
Sir.
Oh, yeah. They said they know we have groups. Wouldn't say you're top house paying. Okay,
oh, yeah, I'm going to go forward.
One more. After Vels near Kofa Holland.
Holland
so bad the same thing near Kofa Sexy.
I'm fine.
Lotaro Martinez Moto. Was me Sexy now Kofa Sexy by.
Yeah.
Almost so near Doma Holland Kofa another striker bra. Was it Benjamin Sesko? Are only numbers to solve your problem.
Yes. And you see the deeper conversation and they say baby and I'm already free man. Striker one name Pogidi
was
Victor Jokers.
Was only a chin in a map.
When Timian convinced to bring him.
That's what team yet. So that team is not good.
So there is a big problem. Look, this weekend, Arsenal early kickoff. Look at the influence of Omu new boys. No, they have come with him. No.
And none of them okay.
And the Arsenal a problem with star players in their team injured. Bukayo Saka is injured. Almost starting game and Antibia. And our captain only got injured. Nobody want to know by. But look, you don't see the effect giving on Arsenal because players no do squad are players that are giving them impact. Which and now no can say. Spain, everyone say they are favorite for the World Cup in any major tournament and can do when it's a game they are. Even though they believe they've lost the best midfielder in the game to India, after all recover in Wadri. But the reason why Spain edged because of Zubimendi. Look at how Arsenal was able to poach him. Play our getting Liverpool. He comes in and made performance wonderful. 2 goals, Victor Jokers 1 goal. Arsenal said Nottingham Forest 3. Case close. And see, these are kind of the things that I don't know who's Charlie and confirm manager with me.
William Saliba Pride. On the Mosquela by.
Yes.
On a branch.
No problem.
Process Saliba near.
Yes.
Where the first year to play.
No problem. And see, you need to build a squad and work in depth and their quality too. Quality. And you need to spot maybe your team in Tokyo, then you plug it well. And to me say, even for Victor Joker to say, I will not follow my coach Amorim to Manchester and come to Arsenal, there is a problem there. Rich, you want me to pep Bofty? Oh, a strong pep guy. You know, see, I didn't think that it must always be Liverpool that finds luck in a certain way to win games. Which money upon you?
Yeah. 90 plus 5.
Then this happened. Yeah, born 93 minutes 23 seconds in a game every 5 minutes per and akoso Jeremy Frimpong and the cross player in the box him was stretching in Zabon Abonenza penalty so Mohamed Salah be that penalty here Mitier and a slot or say the last two are now about no was saying so it was a big pressure but the name money away so Mr. Salah be say in the international break or share penalty na Egypt which the Biamekasa Salah on every free Premier League in more and every recognizing the impact of Premier League in the year. Say only Alan Shearer, Harry Kane, Rooney, and I share more goals in the Premier League than Abanti friend Mohamed Salah 188 and Mohamed Salah I share for Tima with friend in Liverpool. Now you see before you go international break now Graham Potter share away now Obiam say I say he's starting to pick Rich say a fluke in the London derby team I find Tottenham trade now straight and I'm going to trace sounding nail and I'm a share almost I think that Thomas Frank is one of the coaches that we need to watch out for this season par our Premier League now what happened to Chelsea Rich who say Saturday so better ya the catcher will say this game under normal circumstances Chelsea should win but some situation now Maresca mu about the place be free South America back later my yani adena Rich me catch you and you say hey as a we said that we zing because say we should be careful with this fixture now first go now share the share Rich say obi o tie sha passports there onim say ya chechemu how Chelsea transitions etie and Enzo Maresca Rich Chelsea change shape when they are on the offensive and shape no change you know they commit a lot of players in offensive areas so no bar in the washer comes at the 10 on the 10 over you can 10 over the best chair in football and say only ball elko anim na obi agi ball na full nsem whilst you are in attacking transitions na enipa ko ni gi ball na no ono no own defensive transition no agi ball na no all turn side defensive transition no into attacking transition and they find the 10 overs no which just like Fifi was mentioning and then man Fulham a share chance to go bia omo agi goal no and that is the same thing and Brentford and you for first goal no and when you have a player on him pass of 2% Jordan Henderson the moment omo winning 10 over now he knew the striker was taking off and a ball to space man now the problem I was watching the highlight with and the end worker say tell him my football is different from here there which so every time I pass in the corner now tossing out there biaru say Africa have footballer and you close the striker down but I say Ojejenin Epete Mamano and for Fona to as Obobo ni biache he wasn't running back early
turning Hana
only money be shame and Obobo ni two then we saw Kopama warming up Rich Oba giving him only 5 minutes and I'll take him at Chelsea I don't know say you Kopama go no say the man 50 call escort boom say adina fa and I say a Abanti friend Cancelo go no saying tender boots which for more now Mosca said Obon is CI say if he is going to add goals to it the Rich he will come in a lot of conversations about one that opens Siciano when you are considering the best out position up then comes William Carvalho which I think say we should be fair. It is a controversial goal. Yes. We should be very, very fair. This goal is a controversial goal. I didn't think a controversial goal. Rich. the outside rule no very very clear about anyone be debi am chemu say which say play in an offside position any offense o in an offside position you know me asem but the moment reach from an offside position ube impact on play their friend say interfering with play no the moment you do that then reach baby original no becomes an advantage to you and that is what we are talking about. Look at these pictures, Rich. By the time I'm not Aja apply the T to the ball no so Osho Watara na original outside position from this picture clear the nine track we are including with James now Rich and go make us so original outside position na see any offense and see maybe it is true but you go forward clearly after anybody here Rich in this picture you see Watara trying to get involved with ball by moving his body towards the ball. Now Rich, the third picture look at here. You see him stretch the nine. See him stretch the nine, trying to get onto the ball. And you can't tell me, say, all the movement out here, you know, I affect with James or Janechi. And with James at this position, any Chelsea defender obey more the power into Rich. If the guy was in an offside position, if he interfered with play, not your could affect with James as a defender there. Then I think say William Carvalho go no, not any quite say a standing. So that is the wrap of the Premier League Rich. Rich,
if you come on.
Before I start the season, you know, let's not compete somebody say 12, the carry visa. I'm okay, so okay, or the mabba monim kakra. Rich,
it's actually 14.
And we are on your far off. By the time they about game this weekend, no, no more than Man City top.
Sure.
Is there a Man City Akoda?
Yeah, next game
and the baby Amakoda. Liverpool still is the only team in the Premier League with 100% record. Every chance to the boy, just in my man, Embra in Tentem, Emfa Emma, which Kakemi in the Premier League in the La Liga. When see in the next 2 minutes now, you to me entrance. Rich, Real Madrid are doing a lot of things right. And that is the reason why we have 4 out of 4. Not convincing. And Obi expect to say Xabi Alonso will start giving Real Madrid a convincing performance piano on your fair. Which we need to heavy. I saw something with Xabi Alonso. So on starting game now, you see him start in a 4-2-3-1 to say. But Rich, even though he is playing Adam Militao, anything Hoysen, no. Abantia, your friend of Chiomani, is expected to get in between Hausen and Militao. Send a bear, Obenyan, Treback, Naya, or Bob, or Bayano for Leverkusen like this. With Abantia, friend of Chiomani, playing as a decoy center half. So, yes, Adia, then Alvaro and Dani Cavaha becomes the wing backs. So now in Gremedo, any Abantia friend of Jeremy from Paul, I'll buy for Leverkusen, you know. The moment he does that, Rich, then he is playing 2 midfielders. One last this game of Abantia friend Danny Ceballos played in a role like saying no Yusuf Gane Shaka. Then I'm saying or the other Gule about because almost other Gule all the qualities of Franvex as a number 10 behind the striker in sometimes Boniface and I say any of the strikers, you know. Then only 2 inside number 10s in Vinicius and the Abantia friend Ibrahim Diaz. Now which game, you know, on the record, it's one player for me. What he did was to say, so Chomani, on your position now you are playing it with Adam Militao. Say that we are many lateral defenders. They just have to be careful. Now everybody will do 1-0. And Chemia and other Gulani, another go a car home. They reach Uruguay on the record, no, almost second half, no, or Fitan and Numubana, Rich and Ibrahim Diaz. And what they are banting for the Federico Vavadi by because on Vavadi, I will work at his obeying and defending, I will game with him, and ye. I think Ceballos. and or the Asensio bar back and or the Chomani Eben Fisi. I watch the way he controlled and managed the game, and I love it very, very well. So Real Madrid look Barcelona and
last season motion was 7. Right? Yeah.
And he show me 6. I think 7-1. 2-6 Pepe Atletico Madrid so enya omo first win. I love the Serie A. This game blockbuster rich. Juventus against Inter Milan. Say the start here. Kalishe. Kanogu beteka. Yadis. Ebe share 2-1. Kanogu sa beteka 2-2. And the two brothers no setting game no. 3-2, 3-3. Rich. Serena Avente fan Addis. Etechira or did the winning goal ever for Tima. We are fighting Juventus. So why should Juve against Inter Milan? It was a very, very good game. Rich, only say Napoli could really 3-1 against Fiorentina. Guess who was on the score sheet? Rasmus Holland. Didn't say, and they had also the count say, if you Manchester, yeah, Rich Kevin, the bank got the goal, and I went to, and that's Luka Modric. The only goal. Emma AC Milan Esha Bologna 1-0. Now you see age is just a number. But Rich Luka Modric is playing fine football. And Rich, that is how the weekend went, you know. Now and then there's a few games be Mamincho 2 goals but just 2. Now you have Emrefi. Now you make us and now you say 15 years in
Kotokonko
Brekum. Enko winning game. Rich.
But it looks like so top 4 teams, you know. Obian share with the exception of Hasselhoek.
Okay.
Has and Kwan and Timmy.
So it means
Ghost share. Lions share. And a Ghost share.
Okay.
Yes.
Has and Kwan and
Timmy draw the game. Apart from no top 4 clubs and Obian share the game.
Wow. That is some worrisome observation, Rich.
Sure.
Next has also must have some young normal.
So so league in the
now only next game. Dreams.
Sure.
Has next game is against Dreams, Rich. Dreams they call Lucy here to Heart of Lions, you know. And has next game. Monsieur 2 goals for a Monday. They are very, very nice games. BW116 F5F87 BW116 F5F87 BW116 FA40C BW116 FA40C betimi afa na ode aye onioma Rich.
Chef is from the Ghana Premier League Week 1. I shall say now on Friday, House of Folk in a Tiano. I'm United will be intimi and Shibi. Now, dear Memenda and Kumasi Asante Kotoko Tour, Brekum Chelsea at the Golden City Park. So they Ayala Dika achieve no. Now 15 years. Kotoko Ntimi and we need our Golden City Park. And I could break his record. No more share Chelsea. A Kabakomo Ntimi anti Abetamwa. Only go share no Abuama Kotokonya 3 points no. Gold Stars SM Unibeche United. Ete Kano Bako. Nations FC and Sutenafie SM Unuma. New team afe no omonso no Bayern League in Shredo or Blacks omonso no take Kano aye baako Pando Heart of Lions Coach Bashir for the Mrante no omonso tena fie twa Dreams eka baako a omonso entimi anti Baseke Holy Stars omona last season first game omon has share has no omonso any techman 11 wonders omonso Bayern League nim enche no bia entimi anche bi o kawela share baako Ediana entimi anti sa game no Shoba Restika abe pacho se omo entimi ankwankwache vision and Samates and so board draw be entimi anchebi and young apostles etifie ema mediaman so kutwa mekami no a omo so entimi anti na insha and someone say from Ayebrukum Golden City Park coach Kanzitu and the Kumasa Sanoko game no na ye poor game akotoko share one no o see game no say na o see ehunu na into aso.
Yes, I'm very, very happy that we've won because in a competition like this, you only have to win to gain more points. Aside that, there was a historical issue about Kotoko and this film that for 50 years, Kotoko not win a game here, and we are able to break that gene. I said it before the game that there's always one day out of everything to change your life. So at the end of the day, after a hard-fought football, I've done justice to Kotoko because when you look at the way we created.
Okay, and the coach Karim Zito no say na niya Japan because before mo concert the catch him no now record the down no enye 15 years. Kotoko ntimi nkwahye ho ba so catch na man for say sa record no ye de one day and the breaking on in rant no e be break am pa nti am na niya Japan so wetimi akobrekum akwahye. Na owie kra and also win na omonya over aye brekum Chelsea no going to Africa. It
is positive because this is a case where, and I think my supporters will be happy. See, we are playing to make them happy, and I know they will be happy today. So they will come to the stadium and then support us against the Para United game. So I'm very happy we had a nice start here. We use that to motivate ourselves against Para. So to me, it's a positive side of the game.
Okay, and I know you can't see too after the game, though. Then somebody too just say, Kotoko Nyami out of Africa no, I'm on a Kwara United, and so win way a motivation at the ama players and no air supporters in India. So almost be to my stadium. No more support Abre Kumasi Asante Kotoko Chelsea coach. Yes, I'm a bodu. I'm also changing reason to ama Omo Entimi and Kotoko no.
A very difficult game, as you can see. So, during the first half, we dominated game. I say to me, clear chances I say to mission, but it's quite unfortunate. Your first chances in England. But when your back second half, your center back, it changes by the Obama now on young woman properly because that's the incident. By very bad. Say at that moment, you injury no mass touching in Abana. You could see say the be any power by because of none one no any proper unit in Honana it contribute that a goal which is very painful, a very bad for us. Yeah, with this performance the make us need also Emma boys but yes we have to work on attacking. Say it is the ball na yet media to but that one is individual brilliance because the creative chances not a chance in the due side not a went to me and to the so psychologically so let's find Kasania working extra they call extra mile to work extra hard to also achieve our success.
Okay, nti coach Amobodu and also this ankomo etujaya Mesa Semfrio from the Kotoko game nation share medium kwawe kwa share lounge refie share if our top 4 teams in the and relatively the big teams are near GDS omo and we no bet me akọ side no do na no etimi kwa share omo games Mesa Semfrio
for a wrap in the Premier League, first of all, I think that Yababo at the production for Abaso. They are doing a very, very good job. From the TV production to even the digital media space, wonderful job. Game BI, most statistics, those share goals, and they are the super job and at the production for no air, and we can only hope say it will get better because Rich, even from day one, I think say through media work, the exposure of the Ghana Premier League now for the kind of euphoria you create around the league, very, very positive. When say Swedro and the question first go Brankesio
against Nations.
Bafo. And see, both the nets in one first never meet him say. Nations are sasta to musuban na
omutina huma no mo
de bia omutifi agise omu bre omuti won so wansa obi abesagare agu anyagu omu garim but this time around they were able to come back with a late goal from Emmanuel Ano and a man Nations etimi enya sa 2-1 win no. I've watched highlights of the game and it was a very, very good game. Rich who said Dr. Kwame Chewa Abrakese is one of the best when it comes to venue experience. Park and Eda, so the atmosphere is always conducive for association football. Newly promoted sides in Rich, even for them to go away and score the first goal against Nations, HSA Omo any but this time around, Nations say Omo nyade Omo last season in where Omutifia Nanka Omo elbow draws no Omo lose some games and not a winnable no in the final dynamics na Ababa Berio this time around they were able to win. Me catch you say Henry Karela ye. They beat Adriana 1-0.
Konuru.
Yes, and it was a very, very good performance. Omo Adriana changed a lot of Omo players. Sahana Karela so aye. So I thought say it was a game two teams now will struggle to settle because I almost first game, but the bet about taking the chances and just win the game. And Karela at home, it's me a year Sadiano. The Bia Media Masha young apostles were away since on Premier League game. And this time around, Ajima Bedupa show me 2-0. I have watched the highlights. Look, young media for Nabaso Rich. There is no club in the Premier League. I am a quality video of Omunyomo Media. And a circle to include highlights of our games. Rich, the quality of our camera no. And the editing of super work from Team FN and Media. Almost a young apostles 2-0. Rich, Sikaba League in mo young apostles man we are and Niblena for the Abano. Last season they were fortunate some league in this time around and no ma ebetimi aha omo. Makase one of the teams that I had that courses mommy Samates. Rich and Vision so they don't really do well when it comes to first games and to Samates Kobo draw. Look, Nana Jemai, Vision team no bobo. Young players, very sophisticated tactics in here. But Rich, they don't really have goal scorers. And the only Vision you buy. So Oman and shape goals, Oman take home chances are you grow into the game and it becomes very difficult for you. They can dominate possession, but Rich game they can't even afford 3 shots on target from Team FN Vision. And some test and your first draw away very good for them. Heart of Lions. You say no captain in go no defender. Look, Dreams are one of the best teams from the preseason, Rich. Omukobos in check up no. Almost Obiao, and they were scoring teams in volumes. And at home to Lions, I knew it was going to be a very difficult game for them. But you trust Bashir for the Mantiano, they've improved a lot. And I think say Omu League number Rich matches where it is difficult, you need to be scrappy and get the results. They are able to find a way to win. And this time around, Omo Captain Aban and then yes, I win no at the Maomo. You start the game no 5 minutes and a baby go start in your penalty. And Omo Boshe Bichum. Rich, then Bichum came back. Bateka. Then baby had to score again and son Omuya sa win no. Look, me tie coach performance no ka say. I say Omo attention kakaso Africa na so. It's in our game we are very difficult, but Okache players they say Omo win test Omo. Say Sunday opposite a game no come out and also bowie and they were fortunate to win. Who say Bechem is one of the very fine sides away league, but away no. Rich Omo said that nyadi when they go to away. And I think say any more elusu sa game. Look, me suspect say on before the game. Hamza will tell Kotoko boys and say me ni ko sa mo bodu aye adwuma pa minimum no. Ye be kwa Africa. Samuel Bodu by this time, send you here, your mom team talk here, Mama Park. We'll be telling the boys and say, Kotoko for no Africa. Samu Kumu din demo or more, or Machumanai, because they want to preserve themselves and go for Africa. So start the game, especially in the first 45 minutes, very aggressive and rich. So we again now, first half, Bukanu Dawson, because Kosamu Bodu went into the game with aggression. No, he said, Kotoko ever slow down because any Bakuba Africa. But Rich, I think Kotoko also told their players to do that. Say, Bona Kobono, first half, they will come very aggressive. Yes, you are quite aggressive. Almost see, the Obeya game women, and the Bamia just say, best letter for Africa. And to him, first half, no barrier, now, Tims, Obia didn't want Shemuama, Rich, in the second half, now. A break a crab on your side, and that is when your quality of a bench, who is going to win the game when the game no are stretchy and Rich young canocre. Brokum Chelsea are a lot of experienced players. Yes, you will trust Coach Samobodu because Enra, I saw a lot of the Kumasi boys are a community gala. It was a very fine performance from Brokum Chelsea, but a team are Rich. Mijini said, I feel no more building. With time, it will get into shape. But the amount of Kotimbe breakages and they say when the game was stretched after first half, Obia Koma aggressive no, again coming down Kaka in the second half no. The quality of the Kotoko bench, Ebua Kotoko and Rich, Kwame Poku Plano, I think it was a blessing in disguise for Kotoko. Because when those who came, Kotoko had a lot of movement, and now Abetamu who say Onune say why Arrowhead, and that Hubert Jehu guy rich. Me pressing on FIFA, say now why Blokun Chesa Kotoko de Coton. It was the same thing and Oba game no by press the ball, won it, a quick pass to Albert Amwa. Albert Amwa first control who took charge of the ball and of course table and it's a very good goal. Yes, very good goal. And Albert Amwa
and so by no cancel everything and I'm for
but Rich, you need game changers to win you games. Especially when you have a 15-year jace on your head. And Albert Amwa since Obako to Rich Achese or your big game guy and or your game changer and Kotoko had him when the first league matches, super rich this season very
for me, some of the most interesting things you see here, I think they say me commended one Pando out of bounds. Brandon has been one of the best in the opening weekend of the season. My name is Jeff Mbenya Images Dama, the tunnel to the stadium. Outside of it, I kind of several times away from football, the ball parks, me are very much interested in branding and marketing, sending our position. And I think that this weekend, team a friend of Pando Out of Lions won it for me in terms of the branding of our stadium, our park and so on. Everything was spot on. Our players, the pictures were tiny on him before you welcome to the Pando Sports Stadium. Nice stuff. And I saw the GFA president.
Apart from the band, so we league now. Even share a Golden City Park. Yeah. For once, camera and dance.
I mean, I think
it was so nice.
The teams themselves are realized there. I mean, at the public team, but so one year also exactly. And me who said GFA president out on Facebook say this is the best ever Ghana Premier League that he has seen. I want that. Again, we need my mini coach no ring kasa on Thursday. Not only coach. Matisse said, in fact, this weekend I spoke to Coach Udin and Coach Didi Dramani. I'll tell you what Coach Didi Dramani told me. Before the game, Coach Josephine and Uzo Hausa are very funny. If you would hear the tactics, media, I said that I will do the low block and I'll beat them. So I was telling you, the NFL have done good recruitment. And I hear that they are doing a very good job. They'll come and beat you. They're not, there are two things that they are doing. Before the game, who say in the northern region, Tamale side, the best artist hold my Fancy Gadam. So there was Fancy Gadam that was invited on the bill to bring the fans to the stadium. Almost try some more community engagement. It's before the game started. There were a lot of local fans at the stadium, mobile. And also some center back there can want some chairman. We need the man of the match. Very, very good. Told me that he will win the game by 1-0. And I'm Pampa. He won the game by 1-0. A lot of times, I know we underrate him, but for some of us who know his quality, we know it. Didi Dramani is a man can't was here to us here. So we just started the league. And no team in the country has played better than he did over the weekend for Accra folk. And Rich, if you look at Kotoko game and Nasanko Bechema, game it was Kotoko's quality. Who's Makachi was Kotoko has the best quality of Ghana Premier League game. No team has the quality in depth at Kotoko Kitano. And then it was just two balls. One from the Sa pass near free you want them. And then one car branch here friend Abetamu answer. It was one time shot through the legs of the goalkeeper. Made the changes. And I think say who Coach Zito are planning for this season or quite away beyond. He will take a risk of not opening up. One, he should be careful, but if he works, he will get a lot of the credit. Or in the champions of champions against BBN Gold Stars. And he did it again against Samobodu, allowing Bechem Fonu to Brekum Fonu to play the football, and then of course go on the turnover and heads them. Time Brentford for against team and friend Chelsea. We spoke about the quality of Jordan Henderson past, and that's a quality play from Kotoko to set up that chance and get that goal. So a good one from them. But again, it is early days yet in the conversation on the Ghana Premier League. Yeah, and you just match day one. You started saying that teams be bring home. It's about consistency. How about consistent? How you approach matches. That is why I'm saying, say, I'll wait till bear match the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 one. Then have a proper overview of how the season is going. But then I think, say, generally the comportment the Bibiano or the Ghana Premier League in match day one was a good one.
But is it Rich? Match day one in Wumi. but some characteristics be started to show from the name from last season. Rich, so Usher League in last season no, who follow statistics in a year. Senka has it's me ya de ka krebi wo mu homa. And last season committee major league no. Home form no. They should watch it. Okay. Whether a pressure from the home support no and they lead it to a home prepare and answer day, which they should watch it. Na etoso.
Amuzu garlic bitters ma moja dia frusani ye.
Yeah, most statistics, those share goals, and they are the super job, and at the sub production for no air, and we can only hope, say it will get better, because Rich, even from day one, I think say through or more media work, the exposure of the Ghana Premier League now quite cheap, so for the kind of inferior creative around the league, very positive. Say Swedro and a question first go ewa Brankesio
against Nations.
Bafo. Nti board to net in unum first neighbor meeting say Nations asasta to musuban na.
Omutina homa no
De bia omutifi agise omu bre. Omuti won so wansa obi abesagare egu anwa egu omu garim. But this time around they were able to come back with a late goal from Emmanuel Ano. And a man Nations 80 Enya South 2-1 win. No, I've watched highlights of the game, and it was a very good game. Rich, who said Dr. Kwame Chewa Abrakese is one of the best when it comes to venue experience. Park and that so the atmosphere is always conducive for association football. Newly promoted sides in Rich. Even for them to go away and score the first goal against Nations, HSA Omo any but this time around, Nations say Omo nyade Omo last season ibiem where Omo tifia nanka Omo elbow draws no Omo lose some games and not a winnable no in the final dynamics na ababa be this time around they were able to win. Me catch you say Yenhwe Karela ye. They beat Adriana 1-0.
Konuru.
Yes, and it was a very good performance. Edema Omo Ediana changed a lot of Omo players. Sahana Carolina so So I thought it was a game. Two teams now will struggle to settle because I Omo first game, but it will be taking the chances and just win the game. And Carolina at home, it's me a year Sadiano. The Bia Media Masha young apostles were away since Omba Premier League game. And this time around Ajima Bedupa Konkushomu 2-0. I have watched the highlights. Look, your mom media about for Nabaso Rich. There is no club in the Premier League. A more quality video of Omoniomo Yechi media. And a circle to include highlights of our games. Rich, the quality of our camera no. And the editing of super work from Team FN and media. Almost a young apostles 2-0. Rich, Sikaba League in the young apostle man where and you blame uncle for the Abano. Last season they were fortunate so much league this time around and Oma Ebetimi Ahaomo. Makase, one of the teams that I had that courses mommy Samates. Rich and Vision so they don't really do well when it comes to first games and to Samates Kobo draw. Look, Nana Jemai, Vision team no bobo. Young players, very sophisticated tactics in Yadie. But Rich, they don't really have goal scorers. And see, Univision Iba say, Oman and shape goals, Oman take home chances. You grow into the game and it becomes very difficult for you. They can dominate possession, but Rich, they can't even afford 3 shots on target from Team FN Vision. And some of us and your first draw, away, very good for them. Heart of Lions. You say, no captain in your go defender. Look, Dreams. One of the best teams from the preseason, Rich. Omukobos in check up no. Almost Obiao. And they were scoring teams in volumes. And at home to Lions, I knew it was going to be a very difficult game for them. But you trust Bashir for the Mantiano, they've improved a lot. And I think said Omu League Nebo Rich. Matches where it is difficult, you need to be scrappy and get the results. They are able to find a way to win, and this time around, Omo Captain Aban and then yes, I win no Edema Omo. You start the game 5 minutes, and baby any go start in your penalty and omo bo share Bichim Rich then Bichim came back on Bateka then baby any had to score again and son omo sa win no look me tie coach performance no ka say I say omo attention kakra so Africa na so it's in our game we are very very difficult but okache players say omo for win test omo ho say Sunday over a game no come out sana was so boy and they were fortunate to win. Who said Bechem is one of the very very fine sides away league but away no Rich omo insha da nyade when they go to away and I think say enema omo elusu sa game look me suspect say on before the game Hamza will tell Kotoko boys and say me ni ko samo bodu aye adwuma pa minimum no ye be ko Africa Samuel Bodu by this time, send you ya mama team talk ya mama ko park na so no. We'll be telling the boys and say Kotoko for no Africa. Samu kumu din ma omo a. O matwetwe omo nan because they want to preserve themselves and go for Africa. So start the game especially in the first 45 minutes, you know. Very very aggressive and rich. So we game now. First half, you know. Bukanu Dawson because Samuel Bodu went into the game with aggression. No, we say we are Kotoko ever slow down because any Bakuba Africa. But which I think Kotoko also told their players to do that. Say Bona Kobono, first half no, they will come very aggressive. Yes, you are quite aggressive. Almost see the over game women and the baby I just say best select for Africa. And to him, first half no by you know. Na teams no Obiade no one Shemuama Rich in the second half na a break a crab on that side, and that is when your quality of a bench, who is going to win the game when the game no as stretchy and Rich young cannot cry. Brokum Chelsea are a lot of experienced players from team. Yes, you will trust Coach Samobodu because I saw a lot of the Kumasi boys are a more community gala. Where recruit you? My birthday be my young woman. Mesrawa one Facebook no Jeff mesraw me forward the picture bi ama na why you adwuma ma me ye PM ni wi na me de atoa so e de ama me cause ma anya sa we ya me wukura nkenye Jeff mesraw ma send ama fa ye adwuma ama me Saturday we 20th of September Bonfa stores Eddie na Bono for the Bono experience. Saturday we day in ye and I Bono for the Bono experience. Na Bono ye kono ye ko Kentampo Falls. Ye bako Fiema Monkey Sanctuary. Ye bako Botan Caves and mountains. Ye kwa ye canopy walk. Ye ye picnic ho. Na yakofie ma monkey sanctuary wa yanka se de yakwadu ni nneoma monkeys ne peko ne yakofidi omo enti ye beye no so ne yakọ Kintampo Falls wa de friend cave hikes no ewo mountains nim ewo Botan ho no eno so yakwakoye bi ewo caves and mountains nim enti a wonderful experience and Saturday we ye nyina ye benya ewo ho 500 cedis o air condition bus a wo de be ko wo de be ba baby aye koni nyina wo get fees ye be take care of it aduane a wo be di bus ni mu party ye wia ya some professional photographers a o mama professional photo shoot enso so ewo ho sa no mani nyina e na eye 500 series no ye tu wa ha ewo tech eija oba Victory Baptist Church odotobi rural bank tech junction de na chipe 5 am enwumre be 9 na ya ba be dru nti so obeso okobia number no enie 0531 090068 and that's 0261671668 fre na onso so ene ye nyina ye nkobu no eye Saturday we a eda ye nim yai ena ye ko Jeff menim so why ready a which unse ye ne ekobie ahonjo run about Goya filling station no sure ye na ekotia no kra ewo ehonum na ene eye one of my guys or your full attendant ewo hono ene ne birthday your friend Prince Kwao Jr. ene and Prince Eddie 31 years very very fantastic guy say udu ahonjo go ye ho a obufu olama no no bonkomo Real Madrid ni otu obekasa bebre and opebo ankasa and utie sports no onfa eniago nti Prince Junior happy birthday Yankopon enya okese na onye wakoma so de nyina emfa emma.
Okay, minya birthday intro na yen sorry kofa adom kase no emma mo na ene eye Madam Catherine Osemenu di padodo na efeno eye Jemfua na invade na special day edema eye Madam Jemfua. Madam baby obia no happy birthday to you. We from one kasa unianom oba pa fra kofi o Canada oba ya o Germany ene nuanom ni na family including me. Yedina na ya show awoda panyame show pa na onya okese. In fact awodiamu enhye bia Nyankopon emfa bi emfa enomo. Happy birthday Madam Catherine Osemenu aka Jemfua. All right, yes, sorry ni akofa adom kase no e de abramo na am say you know man in terms to say ayala live on Nhyira TV.
Yes.
I say live on Nhyira TV. Teacher no. Me say ye ba e be kan SMP na monsuma hu say de ho nsam no. And so ACT parking so say ye me Lady Doris Asefua no ewo the Apostolic Church International Royal Assembly our Bronx New York. And so ye me no happy birthday Madam baby will be happy belated birthday to you. Nyankopon koswa na onchita. Ye demasia Adam kase no eto so de amamo nyame adoma ye besan enemo ahia awo aye adwumadie no enso esonti yenkona